on it.
Okay, now it
And
says on stage.
this
Before it said backstage.
visuals.
All
There we
right.
go. I think.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. So we are
Okay.
good. We are live.
Uh, your
So
light is like it's like a glare. All I see, I can't even see your eyes. All I see is
What about
your
that?
screen.
Is that
Well,
better?
I don't know. You kind of looking like the Matrix up in this piece right
we
now.
good.
Well,
We are good. So
Y'all
so
are clear, real clear.
that's okay. It's all good. As long as they can see you, an image of you, some type of silhouette or shadow, and you
right.
telling your story, that even makes it more mystical and magical.
Hey,
Okay.
There
Rachel.
we go. We just gonna go with it.
Yeah, so what I'm getting ready to do now is I am getting ready to just share this video. I'm gonna share it with you and your DM too. And then you go through your phone,
Yep. Okay. Hold on
Janetta,
1 second.
Okay.
to
Just
send
want to
her
make
the.
sure everything is good. Just need to
Okay,
do
so I
one
just
thing.
sent it to you.
Okay. Oh, that's what you said. Turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, turn your phone. Turn your phone down
So,
all the way. Work with us, y'all. Work with us, y'all, because we about to go in tonight.
all right.
Oh,
We
wait a minute. That
sending
ain't what I want
these
to do.
invites out.
Send it to me again.
Send it to you again. It should be in your
Mhm.
DM on Facebook.
I know I opened it and then I don't know what I did with it.
Oh,
It
Lord
went
have mercy.
away.
Oh, you know what? Just do this. Go to my page. Type in my page.
Okay. All right.
And then once you type in my page, you should see the video and you should see a link that says share. You should be able to put that in your DM and click it on anybody that you want to share it with.
It's not on your page though. It's got your last video.
Oh, it's not up there yet?
Mm-mm.
Really? It's on my page now. Okay, so let me send it to you again.
Okay.
Okay, I just sent it to you.
Okay. And then I just hit the share button, right? Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
And then I'm going to share it on your page, baby. All right, y'all. Here we go. Here we go. Just give us a quick second. Give us a quick second. Y'all see we
Oh, it was
got.
like you have limited your reach to share. Don't share me and another person. You know, let me do like 6 people.
Really?
That was it.
Let me tag you then. And then maybe that'll
Hmm.
work. Then that way it'll just be on your page.
Okay.
Um, it. It. All right, that should be tagging you, and then it should be coming up in a second.
Okay.
What's up, y'all? Let me tell y'all, I am so excited about today. If y'all only knew, if y'all only knew, we gonna be talking about this Atlanta retreat that we just did, and we gonna be going in. We going in tonight, y'all.
Okay. So again, just to let y'all know, we are talking to a really close friend of ours. We've been knowing each other, seems like, for a whole lifetime, literally.
Yeah.
This is someone who we all kind of grew up in the same neighborhood together. We spent tons of time with each other, and it's one of those friendships that is developed, one that can never be broken.
Right.
Um, it feels more like family as opposed to friendship. And we've just been knowing each other forever. We are now adults, um, have children and whole lives and still connected. And so that's a beautiful thing. And then to know that, to see each other's growth, right? For the times that we weren't really together, um, as we moved off into adulthood a little bit later on in life, and life's pathway and its road has kind of taken us, on our own pathways and our own journeys, to come back and then see the growth and just a deeper level of spirituality, level of groundedness, um, especially where we come from, um, is a blessing to say the least. So we are excited about this interview and what's going to happen. So if you guys are looking at this and you guys are viewing, you locked in, by all means, let your comments just fly. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead. Don't hold nothing back.
Questions, comments, all that good
Yeah,
stuff.
because this is the time where now you got somebody who actually went into this thing. It's not about
Hey,
us
Yolanda.
telling
Hey,
you,
Angie.
right, what this is.
What's that sound? Is that on your end, Janetta?
Yeah, I'm trying to turn it down.
What is that, your phone?
That's my phone.
Oh yeah, you can probably just silence it.
Well, let's say it's silent. I don't know why it's still announcing my alerts. Let me see.
Okay. Amanda says it's
Oh,
on
let me go
now.
back. Phone ringing and everything.
Listen, your ringer is clearly not turned off.
Okay.
Down.
So
Listen, let me just start off by saying while Janetta get her stuff together over there.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Let me just say something. Janetta, I don't even remember how old we were when we met. Do you remember that?
I think we were like 10 or 11. We were in the 5th grade.
Is that we
So
were in
what?
fifth grade?
Yeah,
Fifth grade, yeah.
it's like 10 or 11.
Tapping middle school, right?
Yeah.
And do you remember how we met?
Yes, we met. I want to say it was like either in Mr. Haynes' class or Mr. Sparks' class.
Oh, you remember the class?
Yes.
Damn.
You know I got that memory, girl.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, that we was either in one of their classes and we just hit it off. We just started talking. You know what I'm saying? Right away, we became friends. It was you and probably a couple of other people that I became real cool with right away. But I remember that specifically because we was inseparable after that.
We literally was inseparable. Like we got in
Yes.
trouble together, like all that stuff.
Yep.
And we grew up. We went our separate ways, but we always stay in contact and communication. She moved out of Michigan, and we moved out of Michigan, and we always it's like that relationship. Like if you don't talk for years, and then you talk, and it's just like
you pick up where you left off. You know what I mean? Always pick up where we left off.
And then
absolutely,
you just gotta catch up.
And this was before social media or. You feel what I'm saying? Cell phones and things like that, where you could just look a person up. But you know what I'm saying? We somehow our families or friends or whatever, we always were able to reconnect. I remember calling information. I'm looking for Princella Zeno, such and such and such, and whatever I had to do to find my friend.
That's right.
Until we got to the, till we were able to do it more, technically, and saving numbers. You feel me? I always knew where you worked. If I came to the D, I'd go down to the shop or whatever. So yeah, we always stayed in communication until
we always stayed in communication. This is talk about our dynamic just a little bit so that people will be able to understand our like relationship or how we came to be, like the type of people that we were. Right, because I feel like that's important. Like you saw my traumas, and I definitely saw
Absolutely.
your traumas. You done
Oh
been at my
yeah.
house and witnessed some of my traumas, and I done been at your house and witnessed some of your traumas.
Hell yeah. Shit, some of my trauma happened because I was trying to hang out with your ass.
So you saying you picked up a whole lot of trauma dealing with her?
Well, listen.
My mama like, bring your ass home, watch one movie, and come home. You like, we gonna watch both the movies. I'm like,
Exactly.
boy,
Yes.
Well, you
but
know what?
yes.
That's one thing I wanted to bring up because and I tell people this all the time. Nobody has ever been able to peer pressure me into doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I've always been that type of person, but I've also always been that friend that was like the mama.
Mm-hmm.
As always overprotective of my friends, always want to make sure I keep them safe, right? Have I
Yeah,
always been like that?
you've always been like that.
I've
Yes.
always been like that.
The
And
cautious one. You know what I'm saying? Where I was always the one like, yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. You always like, wait a minute, where's it gonna be at? How we getting there? You know what I'm saying? But that
Wow.
was good. We needed that one level-headed friend, and that was you for sure.
oh, I was the only one.
Yeah, because it would be a lot of us. And then Talisha will also be like, yeah, that's how we gonna do it.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? She was a lot more calm and laid back and mellow too.
yeah. I done
You
got
feel
you
me?
and Talisha in trouble quite often because just the fact, y'all, I was able to do things that other children was not able to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I also had enough sense and to still not do certain things, if that makes
Right. You
sense.
had your limitations, right.
But I just wanted to talk about our relationship, really quickly. You've known me for so long. Like when we first started becoming friends, I started talking to you about Zeno, didn't
Oh
Mm.
yeah. Zeno was
Okay.
family.
Okay. Okay. All right. Oh,
Out the gate.
So Janetta know that I was in love with Zeno since I was 5 years old. When I met
Yep.
her, I started talking about Zeno. I made her
wow.
listen to all his music. I made right, and so
Yes.
when we got together, Janetta was geeked. Janetta was so happy, wasn't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
like to say this too because I always say this, and I bring this, before her. She had a real big role and a big part in us staying together.
Mhm.
Because there was so much trauma
Mhm.
uh, in my wife's life at the time. We weren't married.
Mhm.
And I can remember a time before we even got together. If you don't mind, I'm just going to go there and tell the story real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead. The
Um,
past is the past.
yes, I was living in Atlanta, was signed to Motown Records, and things were going really well at the time. And I got news because her cousin and I, were and still are very close. We're like brothers. Um, and so he gave me some information. We were talking. This is long before the internet. We were talking, and he said, "Hey, look, my cousin, she's in the hospital, and when you come down, if you could just get a chance to go see her before you leave, uh, I think that'll be good." Now, this was at the time I'm looking at Princella as my little sister. I was already in a relationship that was pretty tumultuous, to say the least. And so that one was getting ready to definitely crashing and burning. But my heart was on my sister. So I made it a point to make sure that, okay, I'm going to go check her out. Right. And long story short, went to go visit her. We spent some time. We had an opportunity to love on each other just as brother and sister. And I hopped on a plane and flew back to Atlanta and got back to it. I didn't really think, honestly, too much more about it other than I had the opportunity to spend some time with someone that I cared about and kept it moving. But as we got older, a little bit later, going down to a different phase where now I had been praying and God has shown me that this young woman was actually my wife. Getting into that relationship, there was a time where, probably like most relationships, people's trauma kind of show up and it collides, right? It shows up in a tidal wave. And so at the time, I just thought whatever fears that she was dealing with, whatever trauma that she was dealing with, I was already currently in trauma because of my relationship that I was in, fighting to try to keep together, and everything was crumbling. Um, After we got together, it was like, oh man, for me, I didn't want to have anything reminiscent to a terrible relationship because I had just gotten out of one. So the first sign of anything for me, I was actually ready to run, regardless of what God had said. And Janetta was there to talk to, I believe, both of us. And she let Princella know, like, look, you've been in love with this dude for like forever. And she sat me down and talked to me separately. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. That's what real friends do. We were much younger, but that's what real friends do when they can see something real and they can recognize, right? Have the ability to be able to see. And so she sat us down and she got us on the right road, talked to us and got us straight. And
Yeah,
we've
she
been
didn't miss no words.
Yeah, didn't miss any word, and she's never missed any words. She's always been authentic and 100%, and we love her for that. So I had to say that because what I'm saying, we love you,
y'all too.
and that makes this much more special because of the magnitude of our relationship, and what we are to each other. So that we appreciate
doubt.
you
And the
on.
point of us, even explaining all this is to let y'all know the dynamic of me and Janetta's relationship and how far we go back. So just like my husband, if anybody know that I'm a changed person, my husband know.
Right.
If,
Right.
if anybody know that my husband is a changed person, I'm gonna know. And the same thing with me and Janetta, she gonna know. Right? Because she was always around me. She knows my characteristics, right? And when we weren't connected for a while, and then we connected again after we were out here in California, we just stayed connected, whether we were talking on the phone or whatever. But she was still busy living her life, and we were still busy living our lives, right? So it wasn't let me talk to you on the phone, let me text you all the time. It wasn't none of that. It was still a every now and again thing with me and Janetta. And then something happened. I don't even know how did you find out that this is what we do, that we hold retreats, and what made you interested in that?
Yeah. Well, like you said, we always stay connected. And then, like I mentioned earlier, social media definitely plays a huge part because you're able to see your family and your friends that you typically wouldn't talk to every day, right? You get to see the changes in their lives and the experiences. And then when you had those conversations, you're able to be like, yeah, I saw you did such and such and such or whatever. And then, of course, I think we started getting reconnected a lot too after Zeno and I was doing insurance together. And I don't know how that came about, how we linked up that way.
Oh, I don't even understand
Really
it
what,
either.
that's really what started. You were getting your license, and I think had mine for not quite a year. So we started selling insurance, and that's what really started to connect us. And I just watched your, your brand grow, your Bitch I'm Vegan grow, over time, from when you first got your logo. Remember you showed us, I'm like, I'm gonna send you my logo. Tell me what you think. You feel me? So over the last couple of years, I saw you transform into still the person I know, but just a more peaceful, relaxed, loving. And you were that before, but just that glow about you. I can see that in you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm on this journey. I think I started my journey maybe about a year ago to healing, addressing my trauma. You feel me? And recognizing that, hey, I got some shit going on that I'm not able to take care of by myself. I started going to therapy. That was the first thing, saying, okay, I need to get some therapy because my trauma and my anxiety, and that's the thing, we as a people, we we'll say, "Yeah, we doing okay. How you doing? I'm good. You doing all right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm good." That's just the thing to say. Where a lot of people are going through shit. You feel what I'm saying? Old shit, new shit, whatever. You going through some things.
Mhm.
So I was ready to address it. I had some goals and dreams I want to accomplish and was not able to do that because you can't get past fear or anxiety, just all kind of little things. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna start going to therapy. Did that. And I will tell you therapy helped. Of course, that's addressing your issue and learning how to cope. It's like coping mechanism. So I started there. So I felt like every time I spoke with you, you were on a greater level on some things. I think I watched you and start going to yoga. You feel me? I'm like, oh, that's what I've been doing. You feel me? I'm like, okay, let's meditate.
Ah,
That's what I've been on. You know what I'm saying? And you just start to speak differently. You start to walk differently. You start to wear your hair differently. Things are changing. I'm like, yes, this is what I'm on. I think when you locked yours, I was like, dang, girl, I just started my micro live. Like, I'm on that same tip. You just starting to feel free.
Yes.
So I started paying attention when you start doing the retreats. I'm like, what is going on? What is this? You feel
mm-hmm.
me? And I start asking questions. And then the more I started to talk to you, and like you said, we never used to speak all the time, but I would be like, let me call Princella and see what they up to. And it was always something positive and enlightening and uplifting. You feel me? It
Yeah,
wasn't,
that's
it
real.
never drug my spirit down. And so it meant a lot to me. After that, I was like, okay, I'm really about to find out what they doing.
Mm.
I'm watching lives. I'm doing it all. I want
Yeah,
some too.
yeah.
And of course, because we know one another, I trust you, and I know that you ain't on no fake shit. This is real.
Let
You
me
feel
say
me?
this.
So
I think I have to say this too, Jeanette. I didn't mean to cut you off, so I do apologize. But I think a lot of people that know us, even now, still are looking. They could see some some type of transformation, some
right.
serious transition, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the streets talk. So we get wind of people like, what are the Zenos doing? Like, oh my gosh, they look amazing. Or did you see them together with it? Look like this dude from what I'm saying, the rainforest. Like, what are they doing? You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And this is the whole reason why we're here now, right? We have gotten to this place and point where, just to be real, the creator, um, you know, has led us down a pathway to where we were walking down a healing pathway, a healing journey. Have to always bring it up is that close to now, about 8 years ago, close to about 8 years ago, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer and given 3 years to live. Well, that of course puts most individuals in a situation where when you face with your mortality, and it doesn't really matter what you really believe in. If you believe in any type of higher power, yeah, you're gonna have a one-on-one. When you get hit with it, you're going to now check and dust off whatever type of faith stance you had, and you're going to question now and have a conversation with the one that you reverence, as the one who is giving you life. So that's what I did, and we did, and we just came to the conclusion. I really said, look, looking at the statistics, looking at all of the overall outcomes, I just don't feel really good. It just doesn't settle in my spirit for me to walk down this pathway to go through this whole procedure. Um, doing a very quick, what really was just didn't feel like, but a real quick rush job in regards to surgery, and having to kind of get caught up in this whirlwind of what's the side effects, what's the aftermath from all of that, having to do, possibly chemo or anything like that. The idea of that and what comes along with it. To be honest with you, we got hit with it so fast and so hard, we couldn't even wrap our minds really around everything, and really just grasp hold of it to get founded. But what we got founded in was a more peaceful, settling direction, and saying we're just gonna lean on God, and we're gonna trust God, and we're gonna kind of put everything that they're throwing at us on pause, because it's really about our faith and our belief system and what we were standing on at the time, which was God. And so we just said, you know what, the Most High is gonna have to lead us and guide us.
He
And
said the people I'm sharing with
yes.
can't. Yolanda said the people I'm sharing with can't see it. It says it's not available, even though I sure people can't see. Not even the one from the other day. Okay, so
Not sure, but you mean even right now as we speak?
right now, or the one from the other day.
Okay.
So we're gonna figure that out. We're gonna figure out a way for y'all to just send them the video then.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And yeah, go ahead. You
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
So you know, with that, it was like, okay, so we just stood on what.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Check, if you can, just tell them to go to my page. Tell them to come to my page.
And what is that?
This should be shown Princella Vision Zeno. Tell them to come to Princella Vision Zeno, or go to BTCH. I'm vegan on Facebook. That page, not the BTCH. Let me put it in here.
Okay, I'll put it up.
Okay. So either go to BTCH, I'm vegan. That's my public page. It's showing live on there. You should send them there. They can go to that page and then be able to look at it, or tell them to come to Princella Vision Zeno, and then they can ask to be my friend, or they can follow me. And because the live is open. So it's open for anybody to see it. Because she said make it public. Let me see. I thought it was public. Let me see. Edit privacy. Oh, you right. That's what it is. It was.
Well, that's all you.
Thank you, Raytoria.
There we go.
Hey, Raytoria was there with us. Okay, I just made it public. Duh. Why did? Let me go down here and make it public too. Then I know that one wasn't public. Ain't that some public?
Oh yeah, because Yolanda said she couldn't get on either.
Okay, so now she good. She should be good. All of them should be good.
Should I send it to her again, or?
Yeah, send it to her again. Because I'm just gonna talk real quick while y'all handling that, because I know y'all handling stuff, and y'all have been talking while I was handling stuff too. So I appreciate that. Right, Yolanda. Aha, right. I wish somebody would told me that last time to make sure that I made it public. But the reason why I even went to Atlanta is because I had a strong pull to get to Atlanta. And it's funny how God, the universe, lines things up, right? When you're on your divine path, right? When you walk and when you're not afraid and you're not walking, it's things that just are attracted to you, right? And it was just like I had a pull to have a retreat in Atlanta. And so I decided to have one after I had a retreat in Portland and Ann Arbor. I had some people that were from Atlanta come to the Ann Arbor retreat. And after coming to the Ann Arbor retreat, they were like, oh my God, I have to get to the Atlanta retreat. And one of the ladies that came, she had came by herself in Ann Arbor. So when she came to Atlanta, she came with her husband. And it wasn't because she went home and was like, I went on this journey and now you got to go on this journey or whatever. It was, she went home and he saw the light in her. He went home and he saw the change in her. He know his wife. They've been together over 20 years, I believe. So he know his wife. If anybody know his wife has changed, he know his wife has changed. And so he was like, nah, I want that for myself. And so they came. And it's a beautiful thing because Janetta, you actually you was in the room with them. Yeah, you were rooming with them.
Yeah.
And let's just get into it. Are you ready to get into it? Did you send everybody what you sent them?
Yeah.
Okay, so once I made this decision to do this retreat and everything was in line and the closer we got, I didn't even think, y'all, that Atlanta, Georgia is where my ancestors are, right?
Hmm.
I didn't think about that literally until the week that we were on our way to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And well, a few days before we were on our way, because I was doing a live and the realization came, wow, wait a minute, out of all my grandmother's siblings, like she's
Mhm.
the only one to move out here to Detroit. Everybody else stayed in Georgia.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, my ancestors about to be here. I'm a little
Mm-hmm.
nervous, y'all. I'm nervous because I don't know what, what's gonna happen. And so since me going on these journeys, right? It's not that I haven't tapped into my ancestors before, but it was more like my grandmother would come through or my mother would come through, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
just like a family member, like my brother or something like that would come through. But and I really thought that was doing something. I really did. Don't get me wrong, it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was. But I didn't realize how much it wasn't until Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, now don't get me wrong, y'all, every journey is different.
Mhm.
And I tell people if a million people went on a million journeys at the same time or different times, every journey is going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
So every journey is different. I'd be like, oh my God, this one. Oh my God, this one. But y'all, oh my God,
Yeah.
this one. And so something y'all have to understand is in ceremony, my husband and son are not on the medicine.
Right.
I'm on the medicine and the attendees are on the medicine, but we are all still leading and guiding them through their journeys.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get Janetta's perspective. We're going to get my husband's perspective because Janetta was on the medicine for show, for shizzle.
Mm-hmm.
Zeno, excuse me, was not on the medicine.
No.
But there were many times in the evening where you thought he was on the medicine, right, Janetta?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we're
Yeah.
gonna talk about that too. We're gonna talk about that too. So
Mm-hmm.
tell me about how serious you was about this and how you knew that this was something that you had to get to and how you prepared for it.
Yes. Yeah, I think I made a decision. I'm trying to see, where were you at? Oh, I think it was after Joshua Tree.
Hmm.
When I saw your Joshua Tree
The last
tree.
Joshua tree, y'all, it was July the 9th through 11th. That was
Yeah.
the last Joshua tree. Yes.
Yes, I remember because I have been talking about it. Like I know, and even when I began to talk about it, you said, "Well, I want you to watch this, listen to this book, prepare yourself, further." Because I think you and I had already spoke about what I had been doing in my personal life, preparing just for whatever the Most High had for me. You know what I'm saying? So that I would be ready. I knew that I had some things I needed to deal with in myself. So when I saw that retreat, I'm like, this is beautiful. Just the testimonies. I started watching the testimonies of the different people that had attended the retreats. So I think I called you probably, I don't know if you were back home or in the airport. So when I called you, I'm like, I'm going to the next retreat you have. And when I said it, I guess I didn't realize that you were gonna be like, yeah, well, that's good because the next one gonna be, in Atlanta or whatever. I'm like, I'm going on the next one. I'm gonna be there. You're like, okay, I'm putting the links up tonight. I'm like, well, then I guess I'm gonna be booking it tonight then. Like, like it was just like that. You feel me? So when I was talking to Jamie about it, I'm like, we're going on this retreat. He like, yeah, we are going on that retreat. I'm like, we booking it tonight. He like, what? Why so hasty? I'm like, it needs to happen.
Mhm.
I'm like, it needs to happen. So I didn't even really think too hard about it because you had already told me before when you make your mind up and make that decision, then that's how it happens quick. And then it happened to be at the right timing. We had it to do, and we just did it and didn't think about it. We just pushed that button and didn't look back.
You know what? That's the best way to do it, honestly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you sit back and you think about it too much, you're gonna over intellectualize shit. Then
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna talk yourself out of it because of fear. Fear be
Yeah.
having people paralyzed. Fear be having
Yeah.
people not want to move. Fear be having people stuck. Fear be having people on a damn hamster wheel. Fear be having
Yeah.
people depressed. Fear be having people anxious. Fear.
All of that.
All of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And
when
it's
you push
real.
past, fear is freedom on the other side of fear. And I don't care
Right.
how many times that I could even tell Janetta that, or anybody that for that matter, before coming on the retreat. I don't care how many times I say it, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
until you actually experienced it,
Mm-hmm.
that's a total different thing. Because
Absolutely.
I can say something and I can say, I'm gonna take you into the physical spirit realm. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna show you how to walk through the spirit realm, and you're gonna be able to manifest shit, bam, just like that, because you're gonna be doing the work of it, and you like, it sound good, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It sound good,
Exactly.
but
Okay.
until
Okay.
you,
Okay.
who said you supposed to believe me though? That's the thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That comes along. It's some kind of trust. It has to be some kind of trust there, some trust in your heart.
And you have to, right, like you said, you have to do the work, one. And I had already been doing the work. You know what I'm saying? You have to come to that realization that what I'm doing every day is not working.
There you go. Because I was just gonna say,
That's what I'm saying.
just to hop in real quick, Janetta, to even go back further, I feel like before you can even quote unquote do the work, you have to come to the realization that if someone is now posing this option to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting ready to take you physically into the spiritual realm.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a person that has had experience and you are a veteran in religiosity,
Right.
in your mind, you're already saying, I've been in the spirit realm. You like, what other spirit realm is there?
Mm-hmm.
Because we be there every weekend.
It's only one spirit realm.
But I'm saying
I
that's
know, but
the mindset.
I know that's the mindset, but I had to put it out there for people. Yes, it's only one spirit realm.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So breaking past that, and then it coincides with what you last said, which was, okay, if in fact this is what I'm standing on, I'm basing all of my decisions off of, I'm making all my decisions off of everything leaning on this philosophy and this belief system, and it ain't really working for
Right.
me.
Right.
It's only working for a few people within a circle that's maybe connected to the person that is at the highest position in the place that we meet up at every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not a trickle down effect and it overflows into the congregation and everybody else is suffering, then at some point, then the person has to come to the realization that, okay, what I'm standing on and what I'm believing, I'm not really feeling the results from this. Something's not adding up. The math ain't mathing.
That's right. Sonika said right. Ratoria said it don't work.
Yeah.
So you can just comment if you want to, to them, because yeah.
You just we commenting on them like this. We live.
Oh, forgive me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can hear us.
It don't work. I don't know who's saying it, but I can see the comment.
Yeah, Ratoria.
Okay. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Take that in there too.
He just not seeing the comments. Okay, I see it. All
Yeah,
right.
I wasn't seeing them either. That was the first one I saw pop up.
But y'all see how
that's why you got to look at it on your phone in order to see the comments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna see it. You gotta
Somebody said, who said something in the milk ain't clean?
Yolanda said that.
All right.
So it has to come to a point to where you sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of going through the same thing. day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, because one thing is for sure and two things is for certain. This flesh is getting older every year.
Who we?
Every year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so many people that look back over their lives and wish they can redo some shit. Wish they could change some stuff. I have had people in ceremony that were in their 70s that was there talking about mama and daddy trauma, talking about I want to know who I am. You don't know who you are, and you in your 70s.
Yeah.
Right.
That's you got to think
or
about
I'm
that.
afraid, or I'm getting older and I'm afraid. I've been in church my whole life, and now that I'm getting older, I'm afraid. Like, is it really true? Like, is there really heaven? Is there really hell? Like, where am I really gonna go? You understand what I'm saying? These are the type of people and the type of things that people say to me. And I know that this plant medicine in this ceremony is the thing for them, because those people come out of ceremony knowing exactly who they are, what they're supposed to be doing, healed from their past traumas, and ready to continue to do the work and go on their journeys. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about why you felt like, now you felt like it was meant for you to be there, right? But as far as your boo, like, what is it that made you know that that he had to be there with you? Now I already know, like, like, ain't no way I'm doing it, and then his ass ain't
right. Exactly.
Because that's how Janetta is. I'm telling you, Janetta, like, look, if you gonna be with me, you gonna have to such and such, or you gonna have
to. Yeah. Well, I already knew, like, I knew and had seen from just knowing you all personally what the medicine does, how it changes your life. So I'm like, there's no way I can go and start vibrating all the way up here and he's still down here. I'm like, it's not gonna work. And I know the power, you know what I'm saying, that he possesses and what's inside. So I'm like, because of, as I'm starting to learn, you feel what I'm saying, who I am, and learning the truth about a lot of different things. And you start to see past things, you know, the materialistic things or shit that don't make a difference. Things are not important. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm looking for somebody that's gonna match my energy, that's looking for life, that's looking to build.
I love that.
You feel me? So I'm like, okay. So I'm seeing like whoop your ass left and right, up and down the necks. I'm going through shit. We both getting told out. I'm like, we know what it is. When you start to realize, like, we know what this is. We can't get past the shit that we done been through. You know what I'm saying? You done been through a lot. I done been through a lot, and it's generational. You know what I'm saying? So many different things have been happening in my life to where I got to the point where I needed something higher, something more powerful to help me pass the shit I'm going through. And that's when I started seeing like what y'all was doing. Like, this has got to be the answer to what I need, you know. And through meditation and a lot of prayers, you feel, in reading and studying. And Jamie look at everything. We sat down together and watched Fantastic Fun Guy. Like, let's watch this. We watched it twice, so we got a full understanding of it and what the medicine is and where it comes from and the benefits and how it was here. I don't know how long ago before the FDA had it and then snatched it off the market. It was available to people.
First of all, the FDA. How old is the FDA? This has been on this earth for billions of years.
Yeah.
Right.
So, we know what you're saying.
FDA. I get it. I get it. But I'm just saying, FDA.
Right. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, how they
right.
But that's what they want to keep you. How they want to keep you. Yeah. So when I knew we had to do it together. And I'm glad that we did, because I can see the change in him. He can see the change in me. We talking about it when we wake up. Like, can you believe we literally seeing our lives change, unfold right before our eyes. It's amazing. And just the feeling, even if it's not nothing that you physically seeing, just the way I feel, the way I'm vibing, the way I'm moving, the way I'm thinking. I think differently.
Can anybody get under your skin at this point?
No.
That's what I'm
And I'm not
saying.
gonna say that I haven't had a couple of incidents where things happen, because shit happen every
Wait,
day.
wait. Y'all going into after the
Okay,
journey.
okay. We're going
And
to
we
after
don't
the
need
journey.
you to go
Okay,
into
okay,
after
all
the
right, all
journey.
right.
Not
We're
after
gonna
the
get
journey. Okay,
Go
right. Let's go
into-
before the journey
Yeah,
and in the journey. Let's talk about in the journey.
yeah, you get to the sauce, but
Okay.
I'm saying, my
Right,
because
'cause
I hear you, and honestly, that's the thing. Like at the end of the day, most people are concerned about this. They're like, look, first of all, with everything that they've heard about psilocybin, about plant medicine, about mushrooms, they automatically think, oh, I'm gonna mess around and go crazy if I take this stuff because of the stereotype that has been portrayed around it, the miseducation and misinformation.
And let me get that right out your head right now, because we ain't even gonna answer that later. First of all, psilocybin is more safe than marijuana. Boo, for one. For two, you can't overdose on marijuana and you can't overdose on psilocybin.
Right.
Exactly.
So so that's that on that.
Right.
So let's get rid of that myth. You know what I'm saying? Right then and there. Now, before we go deeper into it, I just want to be able to be transparent, right? And be able to talk about the things that you saw from your partner that you knew. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was things that he have said or things that maybe he was doing, or you know what I mean, that really made you feel like, wait a minute, hold on, like this is something that that he has to do.
Right. Yeah. As a couple.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, when him and I first started dating, I was on my journey to healing my own shit. So I feel like we started our healing process together because he was able to bring dark things out of me that I hadn't spoken.
Hold on, wait.
My bad.
I'm like, is that me? Okay, good. I'm not
that
mad
was me.
That's your ass for to get in trouble.
A reel popped up.
Hey, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help the whole situation.
Let me spray him with some spray.
I'm gonna be the punching bag today, huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm glad my shit on because you would get in trouble.
That scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, your boy still over here trying to help you out and make you look good. Okay,
it scared the hell out of you.
No. Anyway. You're like, that won't happen on a spiritual journey. But I'm saying, let's reel it back in, because now you're saying,
wait, what won't happen on the spiritual journey?
Just out of the blue.
No, shit.
Listen.
Out of the blue. Have somebody sung opera out of the blue?
Well, yeah, that was probably because they were channeling an ancestor or something like that.
No, come on now. It don't matter. Was it a ceremony?
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody have sung opera before. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
And they're not an opera singer. I'll just say that.
Yes.
But they sounded like it that night.
Wow.
Well, you people on Facebook love it right now. They not mad at it. They love it. Okay. All right.
That is too funny.
Okay.
But so yeah, I was saying when we our preparation prior to it. So
no, wait, you gotta go back.
Or I knew he needed.
Oh, you said did you say preparation? I thought was you right there before that incident happened?
Yeah.
Gosh, you go again, dude. Beating a dead horse. If beating a dead horse was a person,
tear your ass up.
Dead horse was a person. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead, Janelle. Just start where you think you left off.
Right. That's what I'm like. So I was but yeah, so just to see the change prior to before, like I would be trying to motivate and like, we got this. But it was a lot of things that he couldn't shake. And myself included. You feel me? Was things that I struggle with. So I'm like, this is something we need to try to do together. You feel what I'm saying? So we can be able to go ahead and vibrate on some higher frequencies and get what we really need to be getting out of life.
Mm-hmm. That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
And we won't reveal, none of his deep darkest secrets or no shit like that. When we
Right.
do
No,
his
that's not what
interview,
this is
if
about.
that's something that he
He want
want
to
to talk
go
about,
into, yeah.
then he can talk
Yeah.
about that. But we
Yeah.
are gonna talk about some of the shit that went down that
Yeah.
night with his ass, and with
Right.
that's what we here for. People
Yeah.
want to
That's
know.
right.
So
Yeah,
look,
what
and we're gonna
happens,
keep it
right?
real.
Yeah, what
We're
happens.
gonna
Right.
keep it real, all the way
Right.
real, because people need to know what this is
Oh, I
about,
know I let
right?
a lot of shit go. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to see the difference in myself just as much as I see in him, no doubt.
That's good, but you still hot going to the end. And we got to get
Okay.
to what happened when you was on your way there.
Right. Well, the
Oh,
preparation for it, like I said, started for me like a year ago. But leading up to when I made that decision, that's when I started doing things like I cut out meat. I stopped eating meat. Because just been watching y'all's lives talking about, well, even when I stopped eating meat when I was taking your vegan classes a year ago, then I
Yeah.
started back eating it again. But then when I started to realize the spiritual attachments that are associated with eating meat that people don't realize, you know what I'm saying, until it clicks, until it, you know what I'm saying, you realize the truth behind a lot of shit and what's in the food, in meat specifically, you be like, okay, how am I ever clear my, you know what I'm saying, my mind, my head, if I'm all bogged down with all this extra unhealthy shit in my system? I
Right.
need to let some stuff go.
Now
So
I
that was
don't want
part of
people.
my
Excuse me. I just want to say I don't mean to cut you off, but I just wanted to add. I don't want people to think that that's something that they have to do in order to prepare to go on the
no,
journey.
that was mine. That was my personal thing. That's what I
Right.
did for me. You feel me? That was something I wanted to do. Did it help tremendously? Yes. It helped me feel better. It helped me move better. It just helped me. You know what I'm saying? And I know it helped a lot of people because Jamie stopped eating meat too. His ass feel much better. You feel me? So that was the start. But but leading up to when we decided to do that, I cut out meat and just started really trying to focus more on my health so I can get the full benefit. And then a week prior to the retreat, I started the fasting with the grapes. I chose to do that. That was my preference. I did it for a week. I think Jamie did it for like 5 days. And we only needed to do it for 3. So that
Mm-hmm.
was and it wasn't difficult. You know what I'm saying? I knew that that's what I needed to. I just kept thinking I want the full benefit of the medicine. I don't want nothing to be in the way. Whether, you know what I'm saying, sugar or whatever. I want to starve my body enough that my spirit will receive whatever it is that God has for me. So that's why I did it.
Woo-wee.
That's good right there.
That's why I did it.
That's a beautiful mindset.
So
And
it's
see,
preference. It's however somebody else want to start their journey. But I tell you, by the time I got there, I would say like on that third day of me fasting, and I fasted before in the past. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the church. We used to fast and things all the time. Whether it be you eat before the sun come up and then eat again after the sunset for 30 days or whatever, however we would have done it. This was
Yeah.
different. You know what I'm saying? This was definitely different because I was doing it, but I didn't understand the ramifications of a lot of different things, right? How much deeper things are on a spiritual level. So when I did this, I was preparing myself spiritually. You know what I'm saying, to get and to go and elevate higher in the spirit realm. So by the third day, I was already feeling a difference in my connection with the spirit realm and the Most High. I can feel it. So by the time I got there 7 days in for the retreat,
yeah.
I was a little weak, but
Ah,
it was a week like mine. I was ready to do whatever I needed to do to get this because I went specifically to release trauma, shit, whether
mhm.
I stuff that I didn't even know was still there that still affected me. Like I said, when Jamie and I started connecting, we were healing on the healing journey between us. He was able to bring out shit that I hadn't talked about in years, and vice versa. That's when I knew, like, okay, this is deeper than what I'm used to. You know what I'm saying? Just y'all see how he is in depth with a lot of different things. So he was teaching and enlightening me on stuff constantly. This is what this means. And you know what I'm saying? So we connected a lot deeper in that way. But yeah, by the time I got there for the actual ceremony, and I was getting nervous up leading up to it, you know, just a little bit, you know, fear again, try to come in and be like, well, what if you see some shit to scare you half to death, you have a heart attack, just stupid stuff, you know what
Oh my God.
Right, because your
Like,
mind is going everywhere. You don't know what to expect, right?
exactly, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Look,
like,
keep it
no,
real.
but
That's it.
Keep
y'all
it
were
real, because
always there
that's the
and
kind of stuff that be
always
going through
there.
people's head.
Yes.
Huh?
I said keep it real, because that's the kind of stuff that be going through people's head.
Yeah. Yeah, or even the fear of letting go of what has been trauma with you, the trauma that you to held forever. I'm gonna be when I let it go. You know, knowing it's beating your
Wow.
ass all your life long, but you
Wow.
still like, what I'm gonna be like if I let it go? You're gonna be healed. That's what you're gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna be all right.
You're
Yeah.
gonna be all right.
Yeah.
What's
I
funny
mean,
is
it's just crazy stuff. So so leading up to it, I had a little bit of anxiety or whatever, but never enough to be like. I think one time I felt that. I might have shared that with y'all. Just I was meditating. I was in a good meditation session, and out of nowhere, I just felt like this fear come over me, and I was like, I'm gonna get Greg call Priscilla and tell her I ain't coming. I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Just like for that split second. And it was because of, again, the fear of the unknown.
that happens.
And I
So much.
immediately cast that down like, no, you know you need this.
Can I
So get
pause you
over
for a
that shit.
second? Let me
Huh?
pause. Let me pause you for a second, because
Mhm.
if y'all knew how many calls I get every retreat that people bag out or try to bag out
Yeah.
because of fear,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But all you doing is bagging out on yourself. You ain't
Yes.
bagging out on me. You bagging out on yourself.
Your life.
You bagging out on your life. You bagging out.
your
You
life.
bagging out on your soul. You bagging out on
Your
your
destiny.
destiny.
Yeah.
That's
For
what you
sure.
bagging out on.
See, let me say this. Let me say this real quick, you guys, because we've experienced being on the plant medicine, and that means that we've actually had the opportunity to physically go into the spiritual realm and do something that Jesus said, which was seek ye first, right? Right? The kingdom of what?
Kingdom of God.
And then
all
all
righteousness
will be added
and
unto
all these
you.
things shall be added unto you.
Right, all these things, which
excuse me.
we have things that we intend on walking in our lives. We have things that we focus on for our lives to manifest. We have a lot of things on our minds that aren't matching up with what's physically going on around us. Right. And so people don't understand the impact of once you take that journey and you have that experience, what happens to you, your world and your very being, your life, your perspective on it. Everything changes. You begin to vibrate higher. You look at the world differently, and you understand that on a spiritual level, on a physical level, in this physical realm, we're all connected, and that there's a power inside of you that you can will and make things show up for your life. You can speak things for real, and in a matter of a day, hours, minutes later, things show up. And so this is the stuff that we hear when we've been caught up in religiosity. We've been caught up in all of this, the hoopla of the show of all of that.
Saniqua said, right. Truth.
Okay.
Everything changes.
But everything, here it is. Everything changes.
Yes.
Everything changes.
And so if you knew, right, if you knew that, okay, if I go into this experience and everything that I'm desiring for myself at this point, once I come out of it, I may not get everything that I have, intention for my life right off the bat, but I'm finna just let go of a lot of this stuff. It's finna fall up off of me.
Right.
What is that worth to you, your family, and the people that you care about and that care about you? right? Your
Yeah.
intimate, your immediate circle. How much does all of that really matter to you then?
Exactly.
Because there's a versus in this. There's a versus. There's a, I can go out and take a vacation and travel and spend, $5,000, $3 to $5,000 on this vacation and try to have fun. I'm gonna try to fun it away. Right? I'm gonna try to
vacate it away.
I'm gonna try to vacate this away.
Or I'm gonna try to shop it away.
I'm gonna try to
drink it away.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to, fresh to death it away.
Yeah.
And
they coming back to the same old shit.
Listen,
same old shit. That's what they coming back to.
We talking about the real impact of what happens when a person goes into this type of experience and they come out. You can't be the same.
And let me say this really quickly too before we get back in the story. I always tell people, because people be, people always think about their lives. People always feel like they see where their lives is going, where it should be going, and what they feel like they want to do, right? But it's different to feel like what you want to do and knowing what you're supposed to be doing, right? It's a difference, even though, and this is on a whole nother level. I'm not talking about, because when I was younger, I used to dance. Janetta know I used to dance, right? I'm still a dancer, but hip hop dancer, and I was like, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I know it, because it was in my being. Zeno, he a singer. It's in his being. That's what he's supposed to be doing. I'm not talking about that. That's a talent.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
That's a talent.
Right. That's a gift.
You know what I'm saying? And so my thing is, I tell people not to make big decisions before they go on a journey. Because everything changes. And the shit that was important to you before, it's not important anymore.
Yeah.
Prime example, me and Janetta was just talking the other day, and we were talking about how she go all in for some Halloween parties. Right? You go all in for some Halloween parties. And you like, man, I don't even care about that stuff now. It's not even important.
Wow.
It's not even important. And people will say, you know what? I got to do this. I got to spend this money. I got to do this. I got to spend this money. And they spend money on what they want to spend it on. But when they come back, the problems are still there.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, I just want people to understand how important this is to be able to even first recognize that you have trauma that you need to be healed from. First of all, you got to admit that shit. You got to put that ego down and say this has happened to me, that has happened to me, this has happened, that has happened, and I need to be healed from it. You with yourself deep down. You know the thoughts that you have, you know the feelings that you have in your heart, you know the aches and pains that you have in your body from not taking care of yourself, from not eating right, from you speaking out words, and from you holding on to unforgiveness. You know the stuff you got going on in your body. You don't even know what it feels like to be free. So stop it. Stop it with the masks. Stop it with the masks. Understand that it's time. It's time for you to glow up. It's time for you to grow up. It's time to stop being a babe. Because guess what? Another one thing for sure and two things for certain is that we are spirit beings. We are eternal beings. This spirit is in this flesh. It's in this fleshly body, but it is always and has always been eternal.
Right.
And you better be knowing where you going. And in order to know where you're going, you got to know where you come from.
Yeah, say that.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's real.
Okay, Yolanda said it froze. Did it freeze to somebody else? I don't know. Let me know if it's freezing or if y'all can hear it or whatever. But let's talk about how y'all felt when y'all came up. First of all, no, I'll talk about that later. When y'all came up and when y'all came into the retreat space.
So when we got there, it was a good feeling. It was a welcoming experience. As soon as we got there, we were so excited. the whole way down. That's what I'm saying. Even though we hadn't ate nothing, we weren't thinking about no food or anything. We were just excited. You know what I'm saying? We had been looking forward to it, counting it down. And the closer it got, we were excited about our trip and our journey. And we was putting everything on the psilocybin. We was making a joke out of it. He like, yeah, and we were jokingly saying, like, if I do, once I finish my journey and my psilocybin, I'm gonna stop smoking. This is what Jamie would say. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, yeah, when I have my psilocybin, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna do that, and whatever. He like, we totally spend a lot on psilocybin. They we like, yeah, we really are, jokingly, you know.
Shit, y'all wasn't joking. Y'all was speaking into the atmosphere while y'all was on y'all way to the
yes,
round.
Yeah,
so even before, this is what we were, our expectations. We like, we know we need this. Is a lot of shit. We
y'all intentions, not expectations. Y'all intentions.
Intentions were
your
there.
Intentions, yes,
all along. So yeah, by the time we got there, we were on high. We, you know what I'm saying? People were arriving. It was exciting. We were just ready. You know what I'm saying? For whatever. So put our bags on. We like, what do we do next? But it was a good experience. Everybody was beautiful. We made family, Victoria, Amanda, connections for life, Carla. It was beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the retreat space. Was it beautiful? Was it spacious? Did y'all have more than
yes
home?
You made sure it was. You stayed in contact with us to let us know who our roommates were going to be. You know what I'm saying? When you first started, I could see your wheels spinning to make sure that everybody was connected, you know what I'm saying, and relationships meshed, people meshed, and you put a lot of time and effort into that. And I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So the space was plentiful, lots of room, bathrooms, rooms everywhere, house big and beautiful, clean. Yeah, it was great. Enough for everything. We didn't need.
It was beautiful.
It
was beautiful. We were in a 9-bedroom, 6-bath home. Now, when we got there, it wasn't clean, and we cleaned it, even though we paid for cleaning.
Yes,
right.
I want to make sure when people come to these retreats that they can walk around with their shoes off.
All right, let me.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't have to.
Let me step in on that.
On what?
Real quick. What you're saying right now?
Victoria said, "Love my family." Amanda said, "Made friends."
Yes, we did.
You see what I'm saying? Here's the thing. The thing about it is this: what she just said. When we walked into that space, and things weren't together and presentable the way that we expected them to be, because there was a lot of money that was
oh yeah y'all don't understand
on that.
Y'all don't understand how much money is put into these retreats. First of all, y'all have no clue how much money is
this is where I'm
retreats.
going.
Right, okay.
This is where I'm going, because I want y'all to understand this. We got Google. We live in the technology age. If you were to say, I want to have an experience like this,
go on the psilocybin journey in Jamaica and see once you pay $6,000 to $10,000 for that.
Yeah. And here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's the biggest part of it. You can best believe for every red penny that you sweated for, that you mentally went through, whatever toil, however it is that you make your money, when you put it towards this for your outcome, the people that are involved and that are on the other side of your experience has your best interest at heart and are moving in a level of love that you won't it'll be hard for you to find.
You never understand. You never and you will never understand the amount of love, time, and everything that is put into these retreats until you're actually in ceremony. You can feel all the love you want and all the welcoming that you want when you walk through the door. It is not the same thing that when you're in ceremony.
Right.
It is not the same thing, because you are in the spirit realm. You're in the spirit realm, and all the masks, are removed. So people can't be nothing but who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So the masks leave,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's, it's so important. That's why I just wanted to go back to the whole clean thing.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that when people come to these spaces that it's clean, they can feel comfortable. I just wanted to be clean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because first of all, Janetta know how I am. Janetta know how I was raised when it comes to stuff being clean.
Mm-hmm.
But that's neither here nor there. That's just one of the things that we like to make sure is taken care of, right? Because honestly, it's a part of people feeling safe, whether you realize it or not, because that's one of the second most important things before you go on a journey, and that is the setting, that is your surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because if you seeing in the spirit realm, you probably gonna see at some point, some people may see bacteria.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just, the veil is lifted and you're seeing in the fifth dimensional realm, you're seeing how things really are. You know what I mean? So that may not be for everybody, but for some people, right? And just in case that happens, I want to make sure it's not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right? Because making sure that you feel safe is an important
It's
thing.
important, very important. It's very important for the
Mm-hmm.
experience that you're going to have while going through your journey as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Now, let's go into this ceremony, right? So we get there, everybody get their bags together. Everybody usually comes dressed. Some people had to get dressed while they were there. And
Mm-hmm.
fast forward, and we come to the hape/rape ceremony,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, that even leading up to that, it was just a spiritual experience from start to finish. You feel what I'm saying? Because your mindset is already set to be prepared for this new awakening. So you already are in that mindset. I know I was. So the Hape ceremony, I think, was really special because Zeno starts the Hape ceremony and administers the Hape. And to watch you go from, you know what I'm saying, how I'm used to you, fun, silly, laughing, we always joking, having a good time, you know what I'm saying? And we're serious at times too, but to see you work in the spirit was amazing because you were able to speak things before giving us the hape that nobody would even know. Like the things you said to me about, you know what I'm saying, the way my life has been full circle, the way it was like before even coming to the ceremony, I was thinking, man, a lot of things are starting to come back to me when I was trying to build a relationship with the Most High, but because of trauma, I kind of turned my back. I didn't want no parts of religion. I didn't want no parts of church, and because I had been so traumatized by so many different things.
Janetta was
But I
traumatized.
knew,
Janetta used to be, I gotta
yeah,
cut you off.
mm-hmm.
Janetta didn't used to be married to a pastor.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah,
You
but
were a
even
first
before that,
lady.
you know what I'm
You were
saying?
a first lady, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, I
Okay.
was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and even
And that
before
was
that,
trauma in
I grew
itself.
up in the church. You know what I'm saying? When I
Yeah.
was married, we sat under teachings and we learned and we studied. You know what I'm saying? And so I just been through a lot in that aspect of things, amongst a lot of other shit that I had been through. You feel me? But the things that I had learned spiritually to build, to elevate my vibrations and to become closer, I had kind of, it was almost like your mind is like file cabinets. You put stuff in, you file it all the way back. And then when you
Right.
get so much shit filed, you take some stuff and you throw stuff out. So that's what I was
Mm-hmm.
doing. Like, oh, I don't need this no more. I don't need that. I don't need this. I don't know. I don't want to deal with none of that. And that's what I had done. But I had to start coming back to what I knew, how to pray, how to, you know what I'm saying, work in the spirit when what I had known, what I had learned as growing up. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
you were able to see that, and you said that to me. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. So just different things. The ceremony, it was spiritual from start to finish. So leading into that, it just set the tone. And the
And
Hape medicine just kind of opens you up.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where I was going to go because um, these plant medicines that we're dealing with are authentic. They're coming from regions where people have worked these sacred ceremonies for hundreds and thousands of years. So these traditions and the culture of this has been carried on. Understand that these people live in villages they would be considered pagans if you were to just use a technical term. Yeah, they probably go to the city and get what they need to get, but they live in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't for
Wow.
no play. They go and forage the medicine
Wow.
and go through the treatment,
The
the
Amazon,
process
the
in the
Amazon, where they
Amazon
still don't know what everything is in the
is.
Amazon. These people live in the Amazon and they know what it is.
Right.
They know
Okay.
what it is, and this is where we getting these medicines from. We're getting them from the Amazon. That we ain't getting it from the Coma stove.
Right.
Right.
This you understand what I'm saying? So
You ain't getting it off Amazon.
No, we
Right.
definitely ain't getting it off Amazon.
And then understand there's a level of research, there's a level of studying, there's a level of uh practicing, if you will, because we not, here's the thing, we're not administering things to you that we haven't done ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife has been a stickler for this in everything she's ever done in her life, meaning moving in her on her career paths in different industries that she's moved in. If at one point in time she was a beautician, so she did hair. Guess what? I was a guinea pig a few times. She like, look, let me try this hairstyle.
Come on in here.
I need to work this out and do this. I'm gonna do it on you. I'm gonna do it on me before I ask somebody to pay me to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And so on and so on. So anything that she's ever traversed, and she's taught me that anything that you get ready to do, you better get into that thing and get in the boxing ring with it, get in the mud with it yourself. And then have a level of mastery in that before you start talking about you're going to distribute this to the world. Because guess what? Everybody does not have that mindset. Give you something and ain't never took it. Will throw a whole event about this stuff and has never taken the medicine. How dare you? How dare you? So understand there's a level of trust that has to come along with this. And so this ceremony, that hape or rape ceremony, that's a real deal. We pulling from the ancestors and the current lineage that's still moving in this stuff from our shaman. So it's a real deal, and it's steeped in love. This ain't no, this ain't nothing crazy. This is all steeped in love, and that hape prepares the mindset. Your crown chakra is open. That third eye begins to get activated, and it opens up the gateway now for you to be able to take that medicine.
Yeah.
To go to the next level, so you can go in your kingdom.
What was your experience after being administered the hape or rape from Zeno during that ceremony?
Well, initially when you get it, obviously it's like, because it goes up your nose, so it burns. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like your mind is, you trying to just keep it in, it's burning. You know what I'm saying? And your eyes is tearing up, but I know what the medicine was going to do. So it's over in a flash, you feel me? But immediately I start to feel the effects. I start to feel relaxed, you know what I'm saying? And like just at peace. So I know that this is what it's supposed to be doing. Yeah, but initially you like, ooh, like, and you want to blow because it's something up your nose, but you just, just hold it. You just hold it up there and let it do what it's gonna do. And so by the time we did it on the second night, I was much more prepared for it. By the time we had the second ceremony.
Yeah, I was just gonna say too, the intentions have to be set by both individuals that are involved, because there's a person that's administering the medicine and there's a person that's receiving the medicine. And so all of that has to be established to form the proper mindset before you get ready to tap in and go into the spirit realm. You can't be going in the spirit realm with a whole bunch of fear.
Right. Yeah, because even before you give it to us, you sat down and you read that to us, the intention. You know what I'm saying? You explained what it was, and you gave us, was it 4 different things? Peace.
Yes, four pillars. So it's love, trust, support, and vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 pillars.
So, yeah. So
Really
to
strong.
know, and you explain what all of that was and what it meant and where the medicine came from. So mentally and spiritually, again, you already in a mindset of it was a beautiful experience. You feel what I'm saying? It was everything about it from the start of that to receive that. I felt so honored to be able to have that from the Amazons and from the ancestors. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So I was already ready to allow the medicine to do that, to take over, you know. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's take it further and take it further into the ceremony where the psilocybin ceremony without telling, like, you know, step by step, this happened, then we did this, then we went in the kitchen, then we hang, you know what I'm saying, instead of, you know,
Right.
step by step like that. So
Right.
after
Because it was a long night. I say that.
yes, it was a
I
long night,
mean,
y'all. It
and
was a
it
long night.
works all the way to this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's a long process.
It's a long process, but
Yes,
it's a
it
beautiful
is.
process at the same time, right?
And you
And so
trying
I
to process shit while you on
right,
your journey. You like, okay, now
exactly.
what
And I
is this?
always,
What's happening here?
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Yep.
And I always want to make sure that, you know, that people are prepared, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because regardless, people come in and they ready, but you know, it's still gonna be some little anxiousness there. It's still gonna be a little
Yes.
fear there because it's still unknown. They don't
It's
know
unknown.
what's about to
That's
happen,
exactly
right?
it.
The
mhm.
only
Right.
thing that they could think about is possibly somebody else telling them their journey. Now, before we go in this and she started telling her journey and we start talking about what other people witnessed and all of that stuff, get this out your head. This ain't gonna be your journey. If you
Right.
decide to go on a journey, it's not gonna be your journey.
Yeah.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Mm-hmm.
journey is gonna be different. You are not Janetta. You don't have the
Mm-hmm.
traumas that Janetta have. You don't
Right.
have the past lives that she has. You don't have the
Mm-hmm.
ancestors that she has.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
your
That's
journey
good.
is not Janetta's journey,
That's
right?
good. That's
Mm-hmm.
And
real
see,
good.
I've had people come in ceremony listening to other people's journey, and they like, you, I'm gonna be going there. Everybody, I'm gonna see all my past lives. I'm gonna see this, and I'm gonna see that. And I tell people on these Zoom intakes, because this is serious. You have to fill out a health intake form. I take this very serious, and you have
Mm-hmm.
to do a Zoom intake interview with us. Right? We want to know your intentions. We want to know why you feel like this is what you're supposed to be doing. And we want to make sure that we are prepared, and we want to make sure that you are prepared. We want to make sure that you're not taking any kind of medications that's coinciding with the medicine. So a lot of things that we have to make sure that we prepare. This is not just an old willy-nilly, you know, type thing or situation. We take this very serious. And
Mm-hmm.
people's safety is number one, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when people come in these ceremonies, they're ready for their lives to change.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sitting there and they don't know what's about to happen.
Mhm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But I even went through trying to expect somebody's journey on my first ayahuasca journey. My first ayahuasca journey. I was going in like, oh yeah. Listen to the story. Somebody said, damn, he went to the moon. He said, Mama
Yes.
Moon said, what, man? I'm about to go see the moon too.
Yeah.
I'm about to see the moon. And got there, the moon was nowhere in sight.
Nowhere.
I was boo-booing and vomiting all night long. I was like, what is this? You know what I'm saying?
You did.
So I always tell people.
What was your phrase? Because you kept repeating this throughout the whole night. You were asking
I was
the
like,
question.
is this what healing feel like?
Yeah.
All night. Is this
Yeah.
what healing feel like? I was so weak and I was so out of it that I knew my spirit was just lingering.
Yeah.
It was like my spirit was holding me up by my shirt while I was walking around that mud.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was a beautiful experience, right?
Right.
Even though I was on the toilet and I was vomiting all night long, right?
Mm-hmm.
I knew, I didn't understand then,
Yes.
right, that I was, see, that wasn't Zeno's journey.
Right.
When he was on there, I didn't get any closed eye visions on
Yeah.
the ayahuasca. I didn't get any open eye visions.
Mhm.
I didn't get no visions. Period.
Yeah.
I was boo-booing and throwing up all night long. Now Zeno
Yes.
got visions. You know,
Yeah.
Zeno family members came in, all kind of stuff.
For
right?
sure. Yeah.
But
You said, what is this?
But what
Yeah.
I understand now is the path that I'm on. That's the reason why I'm doing
Right.
the same thing Jesus was doing,
Come on now.
flat out.
Mhm.
And so,
Mhm.
in order for
Mm.
me to do that, I had to physically experience what those people experienced that Jesus was healing.
Okay, so hold on. Let's hit that because I'm here
Mhm.
now. I'm hearing right now, right? I'm hearing some thought run through the broadcast. Like, well, then, I mean, everything y'all talking about right now, yeah, I don't think we've ever seen that in the Bible. Yes, we have. Let me give you an example. Let me give you a quick example.
Quick example.
Uh, blind man. He's been blind, I believe, his whole life. He encounters Jesus. It's a crowd of folks. Jesus bends. He bends down, grabs some dirt, spits in the dirt,
Oh, the earth. Mm-hmm.
forms it in his hands, and puts the dirt that he spat in on the man's eyes. Now, I'm gonna stop right there because understand, in that time frame, it was about religious laws, what you were supposed to be doing, being upright. You supposed to tithe and do all these other things, bring 15 goats and all this stuff, and release the ram. Look here, Jesus was like, "Nah, dude, I got a whole new way to do this." He went in the dirt, something extremely unorthodox because everything else was orthodoxed. Jesus
Mhm.
came in and hit him
Went to
with.
the earth.
He went to the earth with
He
it.
told people to go dip in the water,
Yeah,
part of the earth.
the dirtiest water
Didn't
in the
matter.
region.
Apparently, it had
But
minerals in it.
but that's what I'm saying.
Apparently, it had healing powers in it.
So what I'm saying,
Mhm.
what appears to be
Mhm.
really weird and off centered and off kilter and totally off outside of what
Mhm.
is orthodox, Jesus totally represents going against the grain and
Right.
getting results and not having to wait for weeks to get it.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Jesus did it. It happened instantly.
That's what we doing.
That's what we doing. That's the
Okay.
part. That's the
Mhm.
part that we doing.
That's
Right.
what we doing.
And
Mhm.
I'm just grateful and I'm excited to be able to do it. So let's get to this ceremony.
Mm.
Mhm.
So now you take the medicine, right? We take the medicine and now we're meditating. So during these
Mhm.
ceremonies, I have people, they can or they don't have to. It's an option. You can bring a mask if you want to focus on closed eye visions. That's if you gonna get closed eye visions. You might not. You might not
Right.
get open or closed eye visions, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Just in case, if you
Mhm.
do, you can bring the mask. Now, Janetta was
Right.
somebody that brought the mask.
Right.
Mm.
I brought my
Janetta,
mask and my mat.
you brought her mask and her mat, right?
I
Yeah.
sure did. Yep, I brought my mask and my mat. I will
And I
say
will say,
that.
let me say this right quick, because Janetta is not from Atlanta, but she drove to Atlanta. They
Oh yeah, to
drove to
have that
Atlanta. We didn't even tell
experience.
that part.
No.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm originally from Detroit, but I live in Indiana. So so we
Mm-hmm.
drove from Indiana to Atlanta, and I knew that I was gonna do this when we decided to do the Atlanta trip. It's about 9 hours. I'm like, that's fine, we're gonna drive. We're gonna pay for
Mm-hmm.
this and we're gonna drive there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we had all of our things. So it was it was like, this is what we doing, and that's gonna be fine. It was a beautiful ride down. We were, like I said, when we were preparing for it, we were already on such another level spiritually. The ride down, we were seeing the trees
Mm-hmm.
transform, and we were
Mm-hmm.
feeling spiritually like we were already in another dimension. You feel what I'm
That
Mm-hmm.
saying?
happens so much. That happens so much to
So
people. They'd be like, "Oh my God, on the
yes,
way here, I gotta tell you, this is what happened. I've been dreaming about this. I've been, you know what I, it happens.
yeah,
You on
because you
your way."
already spiritually setting your mindset and setting the tone. But so yeah, I will say that like you mentioned earlier, it's hard to not, have somewhat of a fear or anxiety because you just don't know. And I just didn't know. This is my first time, you know what I'm saying? Going to, do something like this. So I'm like, okay, I really don't know what to expect with this.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to set expectations like you said, well, I'm gonna see this or this. I knew that I couldn't go in with that type of intent. But I was going for healing, for my life to be changed, for me to be able to move in a way that I haven't moved before, for me to, be closer and be my best self, my authentic self. So I'm like, so when I go on my journey, I'm gonna lay on my mat and put my mask on, and I'm gonna go on this journey on my mat, and that's what everybody gonna do. That's what I assumed. So how about am I telling everything? If I'm giving my version of everything?
Oh yeah. This
sure.
is look. You can't give my perspective just like I can't give your perspective.
Right,
So
right.
I can only I'm only one person, y'all, and I'm dealing with all of these people, just like Zeno is one person. He's dealing with it. These people, we're dealing with all of these people.
It was a lot of
Right.
us too.
It was a lot of people there. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times, see, I tell people I don't want to be in it. And what that means is I'm not gonna be talking to you too much until the medicine tell me to speak.
That's good.
Right? Because I'm not gonna be in it. I'm not gonna be letting ego be in it. I ain't gonna be telling you what
Trying to
I said and try.
and-
No, it ain't
yeah,
about that.
It ain't about the show.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because ain't nobody, these people ain't playing, and we ain't got time for no God said you gonna be good. No, this is like this ain't nothing like that.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It ain't. It's nothing like I've ever experienced. It was probably the most supernatural, mystical, spiritual experience I've ever had, ever.
And that's what I tell people. Is there anything that you could say ever compare to it? Ever?
No. Never.
Have you ever felt that good ever in your life?
No, or at peace. I've never felt the way I feel now in my life after the journey. You feel what I'm saying?
Well,
so that's what I was saying. So I didn't know.
No, yeah, but we still ain't gonna talk about that. Yeah, wait,
you ready to go there?
You ready to go there?
Right.
You ready to go there?
Yeah, you ready to go there?
You know what I'm saying?
I do have a question. I have a question for you though. I really do, because I know that most people, just generally, this is always one of the main questions that we get. Like, what is it that you saw? Like, what is it? If you saw anything, like what is it that you experienced? What is it?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't mind, it kind of explain.
Yeah.
Like being on medicine and
that's what I wanted to get to. That's what I want to get to. But I want to say this first. By me saying I'm only one person, I can only see so much, and because I want to be out of it and I want the medicine to be, you know what I mean? I'm going to look up every now and again and just make sure that people are good. I'm going to speak to them and find out if they're safe, if everything is cool, but I'm going inside myself. Because first and foremost, before you start talking about healing somebody, you better be talking about healing yourself first.
Yes.
And the minute you start thinking about you all healed and you got it all together, that's a dangerous place to be.
Right.
Because healing is a continual thing. And so I have to go in and get my own shit out the way first.
Right. Yeah, before she even deal with the people.
I got to go deep inside of myself first so that I can be clear. My thoughts can be clear so that I can hear and see what I need to be able to see for the people and to be able to help and lead and guide them through their journey. So a lot of times my eyes is closed. And even when I'm talking to people, my eyes are closed. So I don't have the perspective that other people got, because this is people's first time even going on a journey. So a lot of they asses is being nosy. They're looking around the room.
Yeah.
Looking at other people like.
Yeah. They know. Yes, they are. Yeah, they look in.
See, I think I was the exact opposite, because I had my mask on. I was the exact opposite.
Talk about.
Yeah, I was the exact opposite. I laid down and shut my eyes and just tried to really relax and allow the medicine to work. And I remember asking you before with my mask on and my eyes shut tight. But I remember asking, like, so how long could it take? And right before, you were like, it's different for everybody. It could be anywhere from 15 minutes to 45 minutes to 2 hours. It just varies. So I felt like immediately I started hearing a lot of things transpiring. I'm like, what is going on?
Now, so now my concentration. Her eyes
closed tight, mask on tight. All I can do is hear. But I'm laying there like, what the hell is happening? What is going on? Like, I'm just hearing a lot of things happening. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to concentrate and try to focus. I'm trying to meditate. I'm trying to get to where I need to be. But at the same time, I could feel something inside of me like working. My chest was burning a little bit. My stomach was burning a little bit, And somebody began to cry, and I started to cry about just the world. I just felt this heaviness.
Mm,
Like I can't remember if it was you, Princella, or Zeno that came over. Might have been you, Zeno, that came over because
mhm.
I just started saying there's so much wrong in the world. There's so much
Yes.
You
wrong
saying
in the
it
world.
now?
I was
Yep.
just
That was
sobbing.
me.
I just felt
Hmm.
this heavy weight. And of course,
Yeah.
there was a lot of, my sisters and brothers, they were going through. But I still had my mask on because I was like, I'm going to keep this on because I'm waiting to see what I think I'm going to see or whatever's
She
going to
felt
happen.
like that's what she was supposed to do. Keep it on
I
all
keep
night
my
Uh-huh.
long.
mask on.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
I was like, okay. And Zeno was there to say, but it's people like us, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, that are trying to change the world, that are trying to heal, that are trying to heal ourselves so we can heal others. Like, don't feel so bad that the world is so corrupt that it weighs you down and out, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying, that dims your light, so to speak. You feel what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
it was really comforting. So I'm like, okay. So I laid back down on my mat. I'm like, okay, get it together and, go on your journey. Not knowing I was already starting my journey, right? I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
let me lay back down and let me, see what I'm going to see. So I lay there again and it's just so much going on. I'm like, okay. Let me peek out a little bit and just see. Because I hear Jamie talking. I'm like, what is he talking about? Who he
And
messing with?
wait. Let me say this. Let me say this. When couples come,
Mhm.
I separate their ass.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're not about to be next to each other because guess what? You there for your journey. You ain't there for your husband. Your husband ain't there for you.
Right.
You got stuff that you
Mhm.
gotta go on, that you gotta work on, because you came down here by yourself, and so do he. And I be dang if I be sitting there and see how you feel, what you feel, what you feel all right, you all right. Let me
But
rub
he
your
was way
shoulder,
on the
rub
other
your back.
side. Way on the other
No,
side. Yeah, he
no,
was
lay
way
your
on the
ass
other
down.
side.
You
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
baby? You okay?
No,
Right.
because and then next you know, you be, because some people would be like, yeah, you ready to go? No,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
no, because the
It was
Uh-huh.
medicine
funny
may
though
have
because
told
he
you
was
something you
way
don't
on
want
the
to
other
see.
side. So I
Yeah.
never stopped because at the same time, like I said, I had my eyes closed and things for a while. So I think once I went up to the bathroom, but the second time, Zeno actually helped me to the bathroom with the mask on. I'm like, I have not taken this mask off
That
because
was so
I don't know
funny.
what's going on. So I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm going to keep the mask on. So I go, but I can feel I kept having to go to the bathroom. Like I felt like I needed to get something out. I kept feeling this urge, this
Hmm.
heaviness. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like I was travailing almost. So
Mm.
I think prior to that, you came and asked me, like, how you doing, Janetta? You on your journey or whatever? I'm like, I don't know. I think so. I don't know for sure. Because it
Mhm.
was just so much going on. You like, okay, I'll come back. But little did I know I was
Mhm.
already starting to prepare. My spirit was starting to get really heavy. So I went up to the bathroom again and I think Jamie's ass was trying to come up there. You like go back downstairs and leave her alone and go on your journey. But see, on another level, he like, what is going on? He want to see. I want to talk to her. I just need to talk to her.
You like, I just need to talk
So,
to her. No, you don't. You need to go
Mhm.
talk to
right.
yourself. Go
Yeah.
downstairs
Yeah.
and go on your
He was
We
journey.
have to
fighting.
keep order.
He was
Uh-huh.
fighting.
Mhm.
So you came in there like, take that damn mask off so you can see. And
Mm.
when I tell you, I took that mask off and I began to
No, first,
see.
wait, no,
Oh,
no,
wait.
no. You didn't just take the
Wow.
mask off. You was like, no.
I did tell you no.
She told me no, right? A lot of
Mhm.
people tell me no in ceremonies.
Yeah.
She told me no.
He
She's
was
not
like,
taking the mask
why?
off.
Why you don't want to take it off? I was like, I just want to keep it on because I don't know what I said crazy.
She said something like, I just feel like I'm just supposed to keep this on all night. I said, if you don't take that damn mask off right now,
You
Yeah.
said, take that damn mask off. And you said, look at that. Look at that beautiful bird looking at you. You remember that? And I looked, and that parrot was looking, it was beautiful.
Now wait. When you say a parrot, was there an actual parrot in the room where you
It
were in the
looked like
bath?
it was an actual parrot in the room, but it was the shower curtain.
there was the shower curtain.
It was
Ah,
the shower
okay.
curtain.
Okay. So when you
But
looked at it, You saw
Yes.
what? You actually saw the parrot, what it was
I can
moving
see
and
his feathers, all the colors of his feathers, his eyes
mm,
moving. I'm like, and then I looked at Princella, and all I could see was her glow, her eyes real big and pretty. And she looked at me and she said, "Do you know who I am?" I
mm,
was just so full. She said, "Better yet, do you know your power that you possess?" When I could
mm,
feel energy through my hands, through my body. I just felt magnetic, like I felt energized. And and my stomach was hurting, like I needed to birth. Like I remember
Mm.
I just groaned a lot. I was just groaning
yes.
and moaning. It was heavy.
Yes, you
And she said,
were.
"I'm gonna give
Yes,
you
you
a
were.
minute." She said, "Because you don't know who you are yet." And she left me by
Mm,
myself. She said, "But don't stay up for too long because this is a portal. You'll get
And your
stuck in
ass
here."
will get stuck. I
okay.
said
Mm-hmm.
that, but wait, let me pause you right quick
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
because I have to explain this to people. The reason why not this might sound, crazy to some of y'all, and if it do, I don't care.
So
It
be
don't
it.
matter,
It's okay.
right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact of the
Mm-hmm.
matter is, everything has vibration, everything has frequency. From the paint on your walls to the light bulbs, to the cords, to the glass, to everything has vibration and frequency. Everything vibrates. It just vibrates so fast
Hmm.
that you don't see it. It
So
stands still.
so walls and tables and chairs and
Mm-hmm.
light
Everything.
stands and everything is vibrating.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yep.
So
So when you're on this medicine and the veil is lifted,
okay.
this is what you see,
Mhm.
right? So you
Mm-hmm.
see that everything is living. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not a scary thing like, oh my God, I'm inside of a body or some shit. It's not like that.
Right.
But you see that you saw how she was like, wow, she was not frightened
Mm-mm.
or anything like that. And that's after coming off of having a mask on her eyes for hours. Not just a mask on her eyes, but her eyes closed, balled up, tight as they can go. Not just relaxed closed like you sleep.
Right.
Her eyes
Yeah.
was almost really, really, really
Real
tight,
tight.
and she
Okay.
did not want to open her eyes. Zeno, her room was upstairs. Zeno had
Right.
to walk her up the stairs with
Yes.
a
Yes.
mask on. This is what I need y'all to understand.
Yes. This
Yes.
was a very this
It
was a
was
man.
large. We had to maneuver through the people.
Yeah,
He
it
was
was a
like,
man.
"Step your leg up," but that says another thing because I trusted him.
Hmm.
I was safe and I felt safe, and I know the medicine was starting to work. I kept feeling like I needed to go to the bathroom. I had to
Hmm.
keep going. And then a part of that was, what I'm saying, me a little nervous at the same time too, because I can hear other people on their journey and the
Mm-hmm.
things that was happening to them that was making me feel, what I'm saying, some kind of way. Like,
What would
okay,
you
it
say?
was,
What would you say something like that would be?
what do you mean?
Like you say you will hear something that from other people. Because I'm trying
There,
to get your perspective, not
my
just
perspective was I never felt fearful. I knew that the spirit was moving in each individual differently, but at the same time connected us. Because, like I mentioned earlier, someone started their journey about the children,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
food, the this, the that, and I knew it was spiritual. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I knew it wasn't
Right.
no, but I at the same time I felt like, okay, this is
Hmm.
a little bit different than what I guess I was expecting. I thought again that we would, and like you explained to me, some people do journey that way. You can journey on in a space with a mask on, and but that wasn't what it was. One of the things that you said before we started the ceremony, before we even got there, I believe, Lamont, you said, and it probably was in my interview, you said this is a special group of people that are coming. You are
Yes.
all have been through some shit and had to fight out the gutters. Things have happened, and y'all are all coming here to fight for some freedom, fight for your peace, fight for your healing. And
Yes.
I know that's what everybody was doing. You feel
Hmm.
me? But it took a
Ooh-wee.
minute for me to understand the ramifications of everything. Because I'm still like, okay, what is going on? Okay, how's it happening so quick? Some people started going on their journey so quick. I'm like, this can't be real. What is going on? What is happening? I'm like, that fast? That's how quick it was kicking in for some
Hmm.
individuals. So I'm
Right.
like, okay, I got to go to the bathroom. But I did. When you left, I was able. Now my mask is off, and the spirit is moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm realizing like now I can feel my power. Now I'm ready to fight. Now I'm ready to get whatever darkness has been on me, whatever trauma, whatever anxiety, whatever depression, whatever low self-esteem, you know what I'm saying? Failure to thrive, you know what I'm saying? Insecurities, everything, doubt of myself. It just started coming out. I just started saying it. I'm sick of it. You got to go. I was in there fighting motherfucker today. You getting out. And I mean,
Yes.
I want you out.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, that
Yeah.
trauma that's been killing me inside, but I'm wearing it on, you know what I'm saying, so deep in my heart, nobody knows what I'm dealing with. You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying? But
most people on the
one
planet.
person is closest to me, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So
Mm-hmm.
I went back downstairs after I got myself together, and now I'm watching everybody warring in the spirit, calling out their demons, being, you know what I'm saying, healing, being just purging and all kind of shit that's happening. So
Mm-hmm.
but before I came
Healing
down,
is
I don't know
taking
how.
place.
Healing.
Yeah, I'm
I
like
said
now I
healing.
walk down into it. But when I walk down, I could see things moving, you know what I'm saying, spiritually. You know what I'm saying? I could see almost like a, I don't know, like a wave, like
You could
water.
tell you was in the spirit realm.
Yeah, I could tell I
Yeah.
was in the spirit realm.
Mm-hmm.
So even before then, I could feel like I said, my energy from my jewelry. I felt like my hands was going through my jewelry, like
Yeah, you
things
said
were
that.
stretching, like everything I felt like I touched was magnetic. You know, like it was bouncing off of me almost. But so yeah, I went down. But prior to me going down, it was funny because Jamie found his way up there to me. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, babe, what you doing up here? You supposed to be downstairs. He was fighting. I'm like, I'm fighting and you fighting. I'm
His
like, we
ass was
gotta.
running, girl. He was
He was
running. I'm like,
running.
if he wasn't sitting on the stairs, then he was over laying on the floor. Then he was laying on the wood.
I'm
Yeah.
like, we gotta get back down here and get this.
He was
So
in
I
the
went and
dining
sat on the
room.
couch. He was everywhere. Then here he go by me looking around, you know. So I sat out on the couch and he by me, and I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna be sick. Now I feel like I could feel myself levitating. And I could hear him talking to me, but it's like he's starting to sound further away.
Yeah.
And he rubbing my arm. I'm like, babe, I just looked at him and said, babe, let me go on my journey. I need to go. I need to do this. He like, all right, fine. And he went wherever he went. And after
He
that,
shouldn't have been there in the first
Yeah.
he
damn
should have been
place.
there in the first place. He was gonna find me, girl. He was looking
Yeah.
what's going on, you
Yeah.
know.
Men have a tendency to check,
And
He
women
on,
wanted to
too.
check on
yeah,
me.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
But he
couples are
left. He
checking on
said
each
he
other.
knew that I was serious. He like, okay, you want to be by yourself. And I did. And that's when I was able to, I think I just started to cry out all of my trauma. And I had never done that before. I had never said it out loud. I always
Mm.
kept it inside. I was always there for this person or that person, my children, whoever, because I had to be strong. You know what I'm saying? I felt that I had to. So even when I would be in my intimate moments in my prayer closet, I still never cried out the specific things that hurt me, the
Mm-hmm.
specific people that hurt me. I never cried that out. I never said, my God damn it, I'm motherfucking mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never let that out. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad as to no, you just gotta keep working through, keep going to work, keep doing this, get a job, get the kids off of school, but never sit still, even through therapy. Yeah, write this down, write in your journal. It helped me, yes, helped me cope, but I never just released anything. And I
Mm-hmm.
began to release it. And I can hear me saying it, but I couldn't believe I was saying it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started to, you kept saying breathe, breathe, and you came over to me as I was getting, I think I
Who, you
was
talking about
about
me?
ready. You
Oh,
came over
mhm.
to me, and you just was talking me through it like, you got this shit. None of this defines who you are. You know what I'm saying? And what that mean that this happened to you. And what does that don't mean shit, like you were there to help me fight. None of these demons are dark, whatever, gonna continue to hold you down. Like you helped me fight. And I was in there fighting.
Yes,
And I
you
could
Yes,
was.
you
feel
You was
were.
in there
yeah,
fighting, girl.
Yeah.
I was boy, and I
I have
remember
to say
just
this. Go ahead. You
breathing
remember
in.
what? What do you remember?
I remember screaming so loud, like
Yeah,
a death
there you go.
scream.
That's where I was getting
And
ready to
by
go.
this time, I think you might have went somewhere else, but I can hear you saying, "Janetta,
I
breathe."
was upstairs. I was upstairs and I heard
Yelling
you.
down, telling me to breathe, breathe
Mhm,
through that. And I remember screaming and just pushing something out. You
mhm.
know what I'm saying? And I felt almost like my water broke,
Yeah,
like I had pushed something out.
yeah, that was trauma.
Yeah,
That was releasing trauma. People
Yeah.
release
but this stuff,
trauma
y'all.
in all different ways, whether it's
Sorry,
their
y'all.
eyes tearing, or whether they're crying, or whether they're yelling, or whether they're on the toilet, or whether they're vomiting.
Yeah.
It's different ways that people release trauma.
And that was just like when that happened, I still, even though I felt that instant relief, I started to laugh in the spirit. I felt happy immediately. And then I took off running up the steps. Like I just felt like I could jump.
Hmm.
That was like a weight lifted off of me. But
It was.
it was hours even after that I still was fighting, still purging, still getting stuff out, still knowing that I needed to get things out.
Mhm, mhm.
But each moment of that night I was on a high the whole night. When I tell you my head was in the toilet, I didn't give a damn about who toilet it was. It wasn't my toilet at home. And I know y'all had cleaned it good. You said you cleaned it good. So my whole head, hair, everything. I was like, I don't know
Yeah.
why I did anything. You don't need no makeup, no retwist, no earrings, no nothing. Because none of that
It
even
don't
mattered
matter.
at the time.
It do
Yeah.
not
You,
matter.
you know why? It's
Yeah.
because your ego, our egos, the medicine totally kills and destroys the ego.
It removes the ego.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's nothing in the way that should prevent anyone from then encountering the trauma that they've dealt with, whether they realize it and are conscious of it, or they're unaware of it and it's subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
That plant medicine then gets to the ego, wrestles it down, pins it
Mm-hmm.
down so that those things can come to the surface and they can be dealt with.
Yeah,
So you can be
the
free.
mask can drop. The whole I'm good. Hey, how you doing? I'm all right. I'm
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
No,
grace and peace and
that drops.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no.
It drops because when people do it, it's like I don't want nobody to know that I'm hurting. I don't want nobody to know that I'm
Mhm.
going through this. I don't
Mhm.
want nobody, and they keeping it in and they holding it in, and they don't understand that they're
Mm-hmm.
holding it in, but they're destroying their bodies. They're
Yeah.
destroying. They're destroying themselves because it turns into disease.
Yeah.
That's what it turns into.
Let me say this. Imagine this, because I'm more than sure some people on this live that can identify with this. People see you as the person that's the most positive person on the planet. And here it is, you going through hell, or you
Mm-hmm.
was going through hell. And as they're asking you for advice, you like, you coming to ask me for advice, and I'm depressed. I
Mm-hmm.
need help. I need somebody to pull me out of this ditch I'm in
Right.
because
Yeah.
of masks that we've all worn in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And so this medicine don't care.
It don't. And like Zeno said, it does. It wrestles the ego down, but that still don't mean the damn ego don't show up from time to time in ceremony because
Yeah,
it
for
do.
sure. Oh yeah.
People be like, I'm good now, I'm healed. I'm healed.
Yeah.
I'm all the way healed.
Wow,
You
really?
all the way healed?
Yeah, you done? Just
No.
like that?
Because I'm telling you, I can still see what you look like in the spirit realm, and I know you ain't all the way healed.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
come on, we got some more work to do.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm kind of skipping past some stuff, but I really like to discuss something that really took place within the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the first night or is this the second night?
This is the second night.
Okay,
Mm.
before we actually get to the second night though,
Mhm, mhm.
I just want to talk about how after all of the work that you did that night and after all of the work that somebody else, hold on one second. I don't know. Your dad probably
Oh yeah,
has
you
it.
probably have to go in the room and grab it from there.
Anyway, what was I just saying?
That part I don't
First
know.
night. You was talking about the first night. You said after all of the work that I did the first night.
Oh yeah, after all the work that you did, and after all the work that all the other people did,
Mm-hmm.
did you feel a closeness with everybody that was there in the space?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt. We all instantly felt connected
Hmm.
because I think it took all of us to have that breakthrough. I know Jamie couldn't have gotten nowhere near on his breakthrough without the help of Amanda and Crystal right
Mm-hmm.
there. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Ratoria, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That we connected like right away. Our journeys preparing before the trauma that we suffer. You think your shit be bad till you talk to somebody else shit and you be like, damn,
Yeah. Yes.
went through a lot of shit.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So we were able to
Mm.
connect that way. So yeah, afterwards we were all up all night. Amanda, Tonka talking about Tonka comes. I just feel energy. I just feel energy just bouncing off of me. I'm like, I feel it too. I
Mhm.
tried to give Jamie my ring. It was like bing. Literally, we were like vibrating so high. He couldn't even grab. I tried to put it in his hand and went straight through. Real shit. This is real. This really
Mhm.
happened. The whole time I could feel myself powerful. You have to feel it though. And you
Yeah.
have to fight for your life. Like you said, you can't give the time, but oh, Doc, evil spirit, can you please leave me alone and let me be successful? No, we up here like,
Mhm.
I'm sick of this shit. You got to go. You praying, you warn, you calling on the Most High. Come help me with this. I'm tired.
Mhm.
I ain't go. I had already
Mhm.
said I'm not going home the way I came. I'm not. I'm going home different, ready
Yeah.
to do what I know I need to do, my calling in life. And I
That's
couldn't have
it.
done it on my own. Try, I got this business plan. I'm gonna write out my goals for the year. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By the time March come around, you're like, I ain't going to the gym. And I give me that hamburger and that bag of chips. And this is some bullshit. Hand me that
Yeah.
liquor. I'm going to the club. Like, I'm like,
Ooh,
this.
that's the reality of what
Yes. And
people
you
Listen,
go
can't
through.
do it
keep
Yeah.
on
it
your
real.
own.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm
You know?
talking about.
So yeah, I was ready. I'm like, I'm not going back home the same way I came. That's it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I
You
mean,
know.
I just have to say this because I'm there. My son and I we're there. Uh, you know, in these ceremonies and in that ceremony especially, we're not on the medicine. We're not on the medicine. And at some point,
Mhm.
I'm just going to the second night because that
Mhm.
second night, y'all, it was, everybody went through what they went through the first night. They had visions and experienced things. They
This
saw
one was
things,
different.
and
Before you get, I have to set up the
yes,
second night. Let me
okay,
set up the second night
okay,
first, okay? Because I
Mhm.
have to let y'all know where I was, okay? Now, a lot of people may not believe in this or whatever, but again, if you don't, I don't care. Hopefully, well, no, hopefully we'll get to it and we'll teach you how this stuff it is just is what it is. I have been reading my cards, and my cards have been telling me specific things about my ancestors, about how to embrace the way that they love, the way that they live, the way that they died, the way that they hurt. All of that was going to become
Mhm.
power to me,
hmm,
right? And you
hmm,
talking
Mhm.
about somebody that grew up hard. I grew up hard. We had guns pointed at us as children. The police knew our address by heart. You understand what I'm saying? I said Janetta done been there plenty of
Mhm.
times where some shit had went down plenty of times, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And
Yes.
plenty, right? And
Yep.
so I would always feel like I was a victim,
hmm,
right? But
Mhm.
what I had to understand is me doing the research and knowing the things that I know, y'all, we were with God. We are God. We
hmm,
were with him before we were even formed
right,
Mhm.
in any kind of clay, in
hmm,
any kind of earth, in any kind of realm. We're spirit first and we were a part of him,
hmm,
Mhm.
right? And so what we have to understand is when we go on these journeys, we get to connect
hmm,
directly
yeah,
with
Mhm.
source.
yeah,
Yes. With the
Now,
source.
with
Yes.
with the source, right? And
Yep.
so I have been doing my due diligence where I went in because the type of person that I was with all the stuff I went through, I used to be like, don't if I don't like nobody or or I'm mad at somebody, they got to know it. I'm not ignoring you. You're going to know it. And no, I ain't forgiving you. And no, I'm going to have a grudge. And I don't care if I saw you on the street, I looked through you like you was glass. I don't care. What happened to the screen, baby?
I don't know.
You got to pull it back up.
It's okay.
Okay. The screen went away.
Yes.
Okay. And that threw me off. And where was I at?
You would look through somebody like they were glass.
I would look through someone like they were glass, right? I would hold on. So I'd be like, no, they gotta know. And people would be like, no, forgiveness is for you. It's not for them. And I used to be like, F that.
Right.
They gotta know that I don't like them. They gotta know, you know what I mean? And I didn't realize that was hurting me and that was killing me in the inside.
Yeah.
When they say forgiveness is for you, it truly is for you. And when I started going on this journey, I was like, F ego, take all of this. I don't want no hurt, no trauma. I don't care what I got to go through, what I got to see. I don't care. Every time I went in, I don't care. I'm going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. I don't care. I'm giving it all up. And so my cards have been telling me, yep, tell a different story. Don't tell it as a victim, because the truth of the matter is, I asked for this before I came down here. We all asked for this before we came down here, y'all, whether y'all realize it or not. And I told Janetta this too. And I told people that at the retreat, because you feel before you got here, you said whatever it takes for me to ascend this time.
Right.
Whatever it takes for me to ascend this time. And I was explaining to them, we'll get to that part about the second night. But I was expecting my ancestors to show up the first night. That's what I want to talk about. And I always tell people, don't come up in here with no expectations, because you're going to be getting disappointed. Expectation is the same thing for me too. I'm shaman, I'm oracle, and so what? Same thing for me. The medicine is the medicine. The medicine has been on this earth for billions of years.
Right.
And so it knows what you need and it knows what you're supposed to have. Right. But at the same time, I knew my ancestors was going to come the first night. And they ass did not show up. And I was like, well, I guess I learned my lesson with expectation. But the second night, I just knew they wasn't going to show up. Right? So this is the thing, and this is where I learned my lesson. And I teach people that, and I go about this every day, but this was my lesson in that moment, is how we have to walk around this earth in this realm as if we're walking in the dark, not attached to anything, the way that anything is going to happen. If you see your destiny down the road, stop saying that you're going to hit the lottery to get it. Now, stop trying to figure out, this person's going to send me the check. It's going to come this way. I'm going to wake up one day and then my bank account just going to say paid in full. People be so attached to how shit is going to happen. Right? You just supposed to know that it's going to happen. Know that you taken care of, and you put one foot in front of the other. Right? And so my thing is always in ceremony, second night, third night, for me, I wouldn't get many or any really closed eye visions or open eye visions. I would get more downloads. But first day will be off the hook. So the second day is a lot more chill, because the first day we doing all of the work. And that's another thing, y'all. If y'all decide to go on a journey, you're not just healing, but you're also, your gifts is being raised up and stirred up also. But it comes a point in time when people are realizing their gifts for the first time, and now they want to speak on them. But that's where the work comes. No, it's time that you go on your journey. We're going to talk about the gifts. We'll talk about that later. And that's why she was talking about this person was helping that person. This person was helping that person on the first night, because they were allowing their gifts to be used to help somebody else, to help bring somebody else's vibration up. Right. And vice versa. So now the second night, me personally, I always have an issue when it comes to taking the medicine. I always have an issue. I never take the medicine in front of the retreat attendees because if they saw me take the medicine, then they'll be like, I'm not taking that. You know what I'm saying? Because she going through all of that. Look at my purse down there. She going through all them changes. I'm not doing that. I'm not drinking that. But people be like, oh, it's good. It tastes good to me. Oh, it's all right to me. But my stomach is like, so I took my medicine into my bathroom. And I needed help to drink that medicine. And so all I did was jump up. I jumped up and down like a damn boxer. And I go, help me, ancestors. Help me drink this. Help me drink this. Help me get it down. Please, please, please help me get it down. Because y'all don't understand the changes that I go through. Y'all truly don't.
I just have to say something because I'm looking at these comments and these comments is coming in hot than a mug.
Are
I
they?
tell you, listen, I wish that we could actually see the faces.
Well, tell me what it say. I'll tell you what they said.
Well,
Remind me to get back to where I was going to.
Yeah, somebody said, damn, that blew my mind. And somebody said, just hearing that, whatever it takes this time, right? And then somebody said, because I was thinking the same
You
thing,
was
like,
just hearing that?
well, what blew your mind? Because I was thinking that too, like, well, what was it that blew your mind? And they said, whatever I have to do, I'm going to ascend.
Period.
And this last comment, because it's up on the screen, it said, girl, I just said the same thing to myself yesterday and today. It's okay if it doesn't look like you expect it to look. Stop looking for it a certain way before you miss what I got for you, ma'am.
That's right.
This is how our Creator deals with us. Okay. We can't, I mean, there's a level of expectation that people move in because that's what we were taught to move in. But the attachment to the thing that we see and the vision that we have for our life at that time, that specific detailed vision that we see, we see it, we come in alignment with it, we make a decision that this is how we're going to move. We may not have all the pieces to the puzzle, to the plan, but we connect, we speak it out, we think it, we come into alignment with that, and then we should let it go and not be attached to it to the point to where the way that we initially saw it, because most times we're seeing things in part anyway, is not going to necessarily show up the way that we saw it, and we may end up missing what God is bringing to us.
And that's the thing. That's how we miss out on it, and we miss people. I ain't gonna say we, because I used to.
Right.
Right. But that's how people miss it, y'all. People be so attached to it. It's gonna come like this, it's gonna come like that. You thinking with your 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80-year-old flesh in the mind that you have, whether you still in your right mind by the time you, for whatever you may have done, whether it may have been alcohol, drugs, or whatever, or your diet, are you even in your right mind to even fathom? Because what we do when we walk around and we expect things to come a certain way, we putting God in a box. Just like you should put God in no little ass book.
Right.
God is too big to be in a little ass book.
One book.
Right. Speak.
All the books in the world ain't enough.
Okay.
That's what y'all gotta understand. And the minute y'all get of how it's going to happen and just say it's gonna happen, I know it's gonna happen, and I'm grateful, and you just walking towards, you just walking, and you happy while you walking, the shit is going to show up. That's what it truly means when it says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. And so when I was in that bathroom and I jumped up and down like a boxer, I said, help me, ancestors, help me drink this, help me. That's all I said, and I was laughing and everything because I drank it, and I was like, "Damn, that went down easy." That was better than any time that I have ever taken the medicine ever. So I walked out like, "Okay." I ain't think nothing of it. I wasn't feeling like I was calling on the ancestors. I was in there joking.
But your intentions.
Listen, And see, I didn't have the expectation because I just knew they wasn't gonna show up. That's the thing. They ain't showing up tonight. And I said that because the second night for me is chill. Everybody is helping everybody. People's gifts are stirring up. We're still leading and guiding people, but everything is chill. No closed eye visions for me, no open eye visions, but I'm still able to help people and see and hear and be able to guide them on their journeys. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm sitting there on the couch because normally I lay on the floor with everybody else and I go on in my meditation. Mm-hmm. And so I saw my husband sitting on the couch and I said, let me go up here and sit next to my baby. This is what I said. Because we
rarely get a chance to really just spend time like together because we're working with every retreat goer and things are taking place, people going through their journeys, all simultaneously. So at any given moment, something can happen, meaning something coming out of a person, we may have to tend to. So yeah.
And so when I got up there on the couch with him and I saw that he was tired because he started nodding. I was like, you sleepy? He was like, yes. I was like, okay, well then you go down there because we will relieve each other. You go down there, you lay down where I would lay to and just take a nap. So he said, okay. So he went down there to do that. So I'm like, okay, I'm good. So now instead of me laying down like I normally do, I done did everything different that I normally do for myself in ceremony. Now I'm sitting on the couch and I got the cover over my head. And I got the cover over my head and I'm like, got my eyes closed. And I'm like, okay, now I'm not going to get no closed eye visions. I'm not going to get no open eye vision. So let me just get up under this cover and get these downloads. Right? So now I'm under the cover and I feel like I'm getting the downloads. And then all of a sudden I hear my thoughts like I have never heard them before. And I have been on many, 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 many journeys. Yes. I had never heard my thoughts like that ever in my life. Y'all know how thoughts come into your mind. My thought started to echo. And I said, what the hell is that? Now, I done been on ceremony and looked down at my feet and said, who feet is that? Because them show not my feet. But this one right here, I was like, did I just hear my thought echo? So I said, okay, let me do that again. Let me do that again. Let me try something. So I did it again. I threw a thought out there and it started to echo louder. And when I connected to it, vision shift, boom, and I'm in space. I literally see space. I see the stars in the galaxy. And now, as I think a thought, I'm seeing the damn sound waves and the frequencies go into the universe, into the atmosphere, y'all.
Whoa.
And the medicine was like, do you understand how powerful your thoughts are? It's nothing that can be created first unless it's a thought first. It has to happen in the mind first. Everything is mine. All is mine. If you don't have your mind, what do you have?
Yes, you were saying that too.
Yeah.
If you don't have your mind, you don't have nothing.
Yes, you were saying that.
You know what? Right. And so I told y'all I was speaking from the medicine. I was telling y'all what the medicine told me to tell you. So it got to a point to where the medicine started speaking to me like, I know about soul contracts. I know about them. But the medicine is now talking to me about the soul contracts while I'm under the cover. And now I'm under the cover and the medicine got me breaking soul contracts myself. And was like, don't worry, they about to break them too. But I had to go through it first. That's why I said, y'all, I got to go in and get my healing.
I can remember there was a point. This is the point that because I really wanted to get to this. Again, my son and I are never on the medicine, but we in the spirit realm too. We on the shore, and we kind of dive in. We dive in, We dive in a little bit, we get past a little shallow water, and we get to the point in the spirit realm where, our feet ain't touching the floor, right? So we out there. We out there.
Amanda says she remember that.
Listen, I'm looking across the room as this is taking place, this very thing that you're talking about. And I heard Janetta, you were moaning and you were rocking back and forth.
Before that happened, though, was that before I had them breaking the soul contracts, or was it after?
No, this was like right before it jumped off.
Okay.
And I heard you moaning. You had this real deep groan and moan. And then once you started talking about the soul contracts and getting ready to break the soul contracts, then all of a sudden I heard you channel your ancestor. And I heard this Indian, like an African Indian chant, like going on. When I say I heard it, it was like
that was after the soul contract.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because you had went upstairs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was after the soul contract.
Oh, okay. See,
no, but I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying.
Whirlwind.
People tell their story from their perspective.
Yeah.
Right. So Zeno didn't know that was before the soul contract part, because he didn't come down on the first part of that.
Right.
I was already talking to them when he came. He had went upstairs to help somebody that was upstairs. So by the time he had came back downstairs, I had to go in and had to repeat, because I asked him, did he hear what I said? He said no, but I knew it was important for him to hear too. So I started repeating what was being said, right? And so after that, the medicine started telling me that it was time for people to start breaking soul contracts. And so, Zeno, you can go ahead and pick up from there.
Yeah, I you're right. I actually liken that whole experience to what probably felt like for the people that ended up catching the Holy Ghost in the Bible, the first group of people. The Bible describes it as there was a mighty rushing wind that came into the place. And I felt the ground, that floor shaking. And I felt a rumbling. And the vibration was so high that I was just looking around at everyone. So when she started talking about soul contracts and we getting ready to break the soul contract of such and such, and we breaking the soul, she had y'all speaking this stuff out.
And what I did not know at the time was that my ancestors had showed up.
Right.
Because I ain't never did nothing like that. In no ceremony, I ain't never felt the amount of power that I felt. And power in ceremony. Come on, y'all. The people that don't hear that have been in ceremony with me before Atlanta, they know that this don't compare.
No,
it do not compare to what happened.
It was a building up of something in the spirit realm as you guys were breaking those soul contracts. And I think at the very height of it, it was like I felt and heard everybody all in unison screaming out. It was like, and people were growing up, and I was like, I never experienced anything like that before in my life, but I knew, I knew that it was so much healing taking place. And then right after she said, okay, she started calling out soul contracts that were going to be broken. Then she was like, we getting ready to establish new soul contracts. So we getting ready to establish the soul contract with such and such and so and so and so and so. And I was like, oh my, I was standing there like it felt like
and this is
a Holy Ghost experience.
I was there.
Yeah, like
I was in my body, but I was out of my body because, like I said, the ancestors was there. And all I know, I was talking, but my eyes was closed. So I wasn't looking at nobody, and I knew my body was doing like this while I was talking. That's all I knew. My body was doing like this. And I was talking, and my eyes was closed. And I didn't care about nothing. But I had them repeat after me. I am so-and-so. And I break the soul contract of depression.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when I said that, multiple people started to purge at the same time. When I was calling out these soul contracts, Janetta, was multiple people throwing up them soul contracts.
Yes. Yes.
On
A lot of
cue.
purging. Yes.
On cue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
It was an experience, and I knew from that moment though, I was like, this group that came to Atlanta that actually were able to make it. I said to myself then at that moment, I was like, they ain't gonna never be the same.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, Raytoria. They came in full force. And
Mm-hmm.
the funny thing about it is I still didn't know they was there, y'all.
Mhm.
All I know is this is different
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
because it was at one point in time when I had first, I think, sat on the floor. Right before I started breaking the soul contracts, I was sitting in front of Amanda Blackman because there was two Amandas there. And I happened to look at her and she happened to look at me. We're gonna talk tomorrow because tomorrow we're gonna do the interview with Amanda
Mm-hmm.
and Tonka. And so we can get their perspective and we'll talk about this too because I want to know how you felt about this, Amanda, because we tapped into each other in the spirit realm and I want to know if you felt the same thing that I felt because we were communicating through telepathy and I want to know if you even remember that.
Mm.
And I was asking you questions and you were asking me questions
Mm.
through our minds.
Mhm.
Mm.
And
That's deep.
the way that we were like moving in the spirit, it was different. I was seeing differently. I knew that she was for sure. Everybody there is part of Soul Family,
Mhm.
period. But at that point, me and her connected in the spirit realm, right?
Mm.
And see, she said, yes, I felt that connection. Yes, yes. That
Mm-hmm.
was ooh-wee. And so after that, the medicine told me to call my son down. I called my son down. And then I said, then I heard it say, call your sister. I was like, ooh, because my little sister was there too. And I didn't realize that it was so important for her to be there because that's where her ancestors were from too.
Exactly.
That's the first weekend retreat that my sister had ever been to. She would only come to overnight ceremonies.
Mm.
Right. So I didn't even put that together until the medicine was like, call your sister. And what happened, happened.
Mm.
And so now I started to look at them. And so when I'm in the spirit realm, I get close to people's face so that I can see what's going on. And so I got real close to my sister's face and I looked into her eyes and her face shifted. And I could see her soul through her eyes.
Mm.
And it's the same look that I saw when Zeno first tapped into the oracle a while ago and his eyes turned to glass. I felt like they turned to glass, but what I know and what I understand now is it was his soul I was seeing through his eyes.
Mm.
And then that's when I knew that it was the ancestors that were all in me, my ancestors, because the way that they was checking my son and my sister out. I don't Vanessa, I mean not Vanessa, Lord, Janetta.
Mm.
You were on that side, if I'm not mistaken, right? Where
Mm-hmm.
you could see me from the front.
Yep.
What was your perspective? Because Zeno was in behind me. You was
Mm-hmm.
behind my son and my sister. What do you remember? Because did it look like it was his mama and her sister looking at them?
No. No, it was I was astonished. Like I couldn't believe what I was saying. I'm like, this is some deep shit. Like you had completely became a different person. You know what I'm saying? The way that you were moving and speaking, your eyes, the way you were calling out, but it really set the tone, you know what I'm saying, that everyone started to go on this journey. You know what I'm saying? That it was not just a usual meditation session, like it was spiritual. You know what I'm saying? The words that you were speaking directly to everybody. Yeah, it was deep. Yeah,
And
your
see,
eyes was about that big and round and glassed over.
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
what everybody tell me. It's so funny. Like I have not seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody says in the spirit realm, my eyes are huge, but they said to me that sounds scary. But everybody said it don't look scary.
Well, here's
No,
the
it don't
thing,
look scary.
because
Mm-mm.
what's happening is there's a level of her channel. She's channeling her higher self.
Mm-hmm.
And so what you're saying is because most times when people see me in the spirit realm, what they see actually is an avatar. If you've ever seen the movie Avatar, the
Mm-hmm.
blue beings that ran around with the long ears and the long, slender, kind of V-shaped faces is what people see me as in the spirit
Multiple
realm.
people
Mm-hmm.
in multiple different ceremonies that don't know each other
Yeah.
or having never even heard of the other people's journeys have said that my husband was looking like a avatar.
Yeah.
Ratoria
Mm-hmm.
said it was serious. The ancestors were taking care of business. They had something to say. Yes, they did, girl.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
something to say. And when they
Mm-hmm.
show up, other people's ancestors start showing up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Janetta
Mm-hmm.
started chanting.
Oh yeah. I
That's
mean,
when that happened.
to be honest, because it was
Yes.
so
So much
much
going
that was
on.
going on, like so many things were happening,
Mm-hmm.
taking place, that sometimes that information just gets jumbled because you like, man, this happened, that happened. Then I'm trying to make sure that, okay, is this person good because they purging,
You be processing stuff for we still processing. We are still
yeah,
processing the entire
yeah. And
experience.
that's where I feel like we kind of need to go to, because being in the journey and having all of that take place,
Mm-hmm.
right, the very next morning coming out of it, because we've already like integrated, uh
Mm-hmm.
from one point we've already integrated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys go back into another day where you're on the medicine. So that was the second day, and now all of this is taking place,
And
right?
Amanda said, and I'm on the toilet during some of it. During a lot of it, you was on the toilet.
Right.
Yes.
You was releasing what you had to release. You was releasing the
Right.
stuff that you was supposed to release the way that you was supposed to be releasing it
Yeah.
while people
Yeah.
was downstairs. So I understand some of this stuff is your first time hearing this. And we also had somebody in the ceremony that was like, my feet. They would felt like their feet was burning. Their feet was so cold that they were on fire. But they
Mm-hmm.
have been walking with their ancestors.
Right.
They have
Mm-hmm.
been walking with their ancestors.
And I asked
Yeah.
them that question because they said, oh, my feet are so cold. Oh my gosh, my feet are so cold. I said, has your body, any part of your body ever gotten cold? Because remember, we was raised in Michigan. So it's like, has any part of your body ever gotten so cold to the point to where it felt like it was on fire?
Mm-hmm. Like
I
frostbite
said,
almost.
yeah, that's what's happening right
Mm-hmm.
now, right? And then
Yep.
she said, that's it, because I was walking with my ancestors.
Yes.
Listen, y'all.
Yes.
So,
Ratoria ancestor showed up.
mm-hmm.
Ratoria, you saw. We gonna talk about you. You saw
Yeah.
your ancestors in the mirror, didn't you? You saw your ancestors
Oh,
in the
man.
mirror.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It was not a scary thing, y'all.
This thing, I want us to kind of get into it in transition, because it's so much. Like, it would take us like literally about a week to go through one journey. Like,
Yeah, because it's
honestly,
still
if we
so
really
much that we didn't
dissected
cover.
everything down, it would take a week to go through it. But
Yeah.
I like for us to kind of transition and go to like coming out of that, right? This is what I'm talking about, like after the journey. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's, you settle down, you have that second day or whatever, that second time of integration.
The first day we are eating breakfast, and then the second day we're eating breakfast. But at the same time, while we're eating breakfast, everybody, we are integrating. Right, we're doing integration where we talk about everybody's experience, what they went through. People got questions, we explain and stuff. That's what integration is. Integration is a very important part of going on a journey and
Right.
coming down
Right.
from a journey. Now, after you doing all that fasting and all that and purging and sitting on the toilet and all that, how was the food in the morning?
Right.
Oh yeah, the food was amazing. The
Right.
food was amazing. It was enough. It was filling. It was great. Vegan, and it still was good. But I
Let-
was used to it anyway.
Yeah.
let me say this, because here's the thing. Before the whole social media craze hit about low vibrational plates and high vibrational plates, understand that my wife had already been moving in that mindset. Everything is conducive to us vibrating higher and making sure that we stay at a high frequency level.
Exactly.
Right. Especially
Right.
coming out of you know, an experience like that. Because if people follow the instructions, guess what? They gonna be vibrating high anyway, because they didn't purge, they didn't
Exactly.
sacrifice and fasted and did what they didn't had to
That's
do,
what I was saying. Yeah.
right? In
Prior
order
to
to
the
raise their
ceremony.
vibration anyway. So what you're gonna intake is gonna
Thank
be
you, Amanda.
so look, somebody's saying, who said this here?
Amanda.
There you go. What did she say?
She said those potatoes were the truth. Victoria said, still trying to recreate my breakfast. Absolutely delicious.
See what I'm saying? Somebody else said something.
Yeah, that was Amanda. Victoria has said that. And so the thing is, it's about how you prepare your food, right? Everything has vibration, everything has frequency, including the food that you eat, right?
Right.
So if you want to vibrate high and you want to continue to vibrate high, then you have to put high vibrational foods in your body.
Yes.
Because when you put low vibrational foods in your body, it weighs you down. It makes you cloudy, right? It causes the things that now imagine doing all of that fasting, eating them grapes, cleansing your lymphatic system, working out, getting all of that oxygen and stuff that you needed, preparing, and then coming there and eating the breakfast that I made with everything that I put on I call them the WTF burger, because when you eat it, it got you saying, what the F? Because it's that good.
Go ahead and
now
say
imagine everything WTF. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You gonna say it when you eat it. You gonna be like, what the fuck happened? What is this?
Okay. Right. It is the bomb.
On some real stuff.
Well, imagine eating a real burger, right? That's death in blood, honestly, because that's what it is. Imagine that with dairy cheese on it, with pork bacon on it, right?
Wow.
With eggs on it, which is egg embryo. Imagine all of that stuff that was on that burger made the other way, right? The low vibrational way. And you piling all that food in you, and you got some regular dumb potato chips that don't mean you no good.
Wow.
And now in a few hours later, you talking about going on another journey.
You start all over again.
Ain't no way that journey would have happened the way that it would have happened if that food was heavy and if it was a low vibration food.
Right.
Right? Yep. That's why you able to still be able to leave the retreat and then still vibrate on a high frequency. That's why people like, look, when they leave, they like, look, I'm doing better. I'm eating better. I'm doing better. Let's talk about that really quick. Your after effect, because can we be transparent and talk a little bit real quick, or do you mind? You do. You do mind or you don't?
I don't mind.
Okay. I want to make sure. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't mind.
You know, because if you say no, you know. I'm still eating grapes. I know that's right, girl. We got some. Yes. If we get off this live, I'm gonna eat me some.
Yes. Yep. We still eating good. Nothing has changed. Like I said, I had already stopped eating meat prior for that reason, so that I can continue to vibrate. And that's all we've been doing is eating. Everything that was attachments and that were, you know what I'm saying, strongholds have been broken, from me having to have a glass of wine every night to hard liquor on the weekends. Like, I have not had a drink since before, because I was fasting, or even after. Haven't had a drink, haven't had a desire to drink. You know what I'm saying? That's not to say that I never will. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, I ain't never drinking no more. You feel me? Because I may have a glass of wine, but it'll be because I'm drinking because that's what I want to do, not because my day was so stressed out, or I'm so depressed that I need to drown my sorrows in a bottle of liquor and 2 bottles of wine. You feel me? To be on a whole
Yeah.
other level. But
That'll
up
do.
until now, I have not had to do that. You know what I'm saying? I've eaten right. I've been motivated. My mindset, you know what I'm saying? I'm not agitated. Or like I said, if something does occur and I feel like something's gonna get, you know what I'm saying, get under my skin or make me feel a certain kind of way, I know what to do to get my vibrations back high. I reserve that right. You know what I'm saying? This is my tempo. This is my emotions. I control. I'm the captain of this ship.
That's
Not
right.
anyone else is going to control that any longer. So it's like a whole different vibe. You know what I'm saying? Jamie ain't had a cigarette before we left, ain't had one since we got back, ain't had a desire to.
Wow.
Just the way we talk, just the way we think. You feel me? It's totally different.
Did y'all hear that?
And my connection now
How
when I'm
often did he
reading.
smoke? How often did he smoke beforehand?
Oh, he was never really like a huge smoker like that, like a pack a day, 2 packs a day type of person. But it was enough that, you know what I'm saying, that I didn't like it and he didn't like it.
I know you didn't like it because
you know I didn't. He didn't even
that
tell me initially. I didn't find out about the cigarettes till later on. But by this time, I'm invested. I'm like, all right, but that's normally a deal breaker for me. You feel me? It normally would have been. But I knew that was an attachment. That was something that he was using to cope with trauma. Because that's really the only time he did it. You know what I'm saying? Only time we drank was after we didn't work all day or something didn't happen in our lives. So we drown in our, spending all that money on killing ourselves. You know, just killing ourselves. So yeah, I don't even think like that anymore. You know, even my daughter, like, I could tell you different because, you know what I'm saying, we had that little incident that I was telling y'all about on the highway or on the road with the young lady. You know, and I could see her barreling at me. And any other time, I'd have been like, game on, bitch, what? Let's do this. I ain't moving, you ain't moving, I ain't moving either, shit, what?
Yeah, straight up.
My window. I think about some of the stuff I did, the road rage I have had on people.
Wow.
Girl, yes.
In front of my son. Times I had Joshua in the car with me, clowning.
Showing your
but you're so angry. I was so angry that I'm ready for anybody to do something. Say something. I want you to. Ain't thought about somebody gonna pull a gun out and blast your lights out or whatever.
Yes.
You feel me? In this day and age, and I could see the young lady was ready. We like this. But I'm peaceful. I'm on the phone with my daughter on Bluetooth. I roll my little window down. I'm like, hi, honey, you got a plan, honey? Where you going? Because I don't know where we going. What's the plan? Tell me. I need to know. He was like, you can't get by. Instantly, her attitude shifted. I could see, because I could see her coming towards me. She was looking like, you know how we be looking at women have looked at, you ready for a cat fight. Why? I'm like, let me back on up. I reversed. Let me move back.
I gotta read some of these comments because Miss Angela Honeydew said, look, me too. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can read it. You can read some of the comments.
First, Beverly said it's a vibe. Victoria says, so proud of you, Janetta.
Aww.
And then Angel Honeydew, she got the muscle emoji.
Okay.
And got Janetta. And then Angie, she said, Janetta, I have to say that I have never knew you before the vegan cooking class last year. And even though I have never met you in person, I can see your change.
Wow.
I saw it the moment I logged on. You do not look like the same person. It is a completely different aura around you, girly. Super proud of you. I'm proud of all of us.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And Angie, let me tell you something. Angie done been to Ann Arbor, Joshua Tree. And she about to come back to Joshua Tree this week. This weekend, she back in Joshua. Because let me tell y'all something. When you see what be going on in your life.
Yeah. She said, I'm super proud of you.
I know, I'm proud of all of y'all too. Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Know. We was in there fighting. Everybody was in there like, listen, the gloves is off. Let's do this. Because before I was in there like, wait everybody doing so much cussing? What is going on?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Please,
though.
yes, talk about that.
I'm so
I
glad
was
you
like,
brought
is
that.
these people supposed to be holy?
Mm.
What is
Janetta,
I
let me
cuss
say
all
this.
the time. You
Right, and that
good?
was your mask.
Right. That was
Yeah. Let me say this though, because
exactly.
here's the thing. People will miss.
Look at Amanda laughing.
Amanda laughing. Oh yeah, they are. Listen, people will actually miss God from being in a high religious position and stance,
Right.
and totally miss the deliverance of God. Now, here's the thing that I want to toss to the people that may even feel like this. Okay, that may even feel like this. Would you prefer to be extremely dignified and respectful in public, but privately and secret live your whole life jacked up and wear a mask and have that weight on your back?
Right.
Because my thing is that I've said this before. There are billionaires that charge people millions of dollars to spend time with them. And when the billionaire opens up his or her mouth, once that billionaire says something like, now what the F are you going to do if you don't get off of your such and such and blah, 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 and get out here and make this bloopity bloop bloop happen? I can show you how to do it so you can be a effing mother effing millionaire, a effing billionaire. Are you going to get up, straighten out your blazer or your business coat, grab your things, and then say, you got a potty mouth. I can't take anything from you. I'm out of here. And miss your opportunity to learn from somebody that knows some things that you don't know, that can take you to a whole nother realm in your life.
Right.
You better use that opportunity, because I'm gonna tell you, we and Zeno both paid tens of thousands of dollars to learn from our mentors. We didn't care because we invest in ourselves. If y'all knew how much money how much money we invested in ourselves, period.
But hold on. I gotta finish this. Hold on, baby.
What?
I know. My baby like, it's time to eat, baby. Come on.
Yeah. But guess what?
Tell him to hold on. You good. Tell her to bring you some grapes.
But those same people would sit there and listen to their foul mouth, potty mouth boss talking crazy as hell. And you have to eat it. You have to eat it. That's what you tell yourself. I gotta eat this. But otherwise, I can't live and survive. Are you serious? You don't have enough power, enough authority, and you don't know who you are enough to understand that you can create your world and not have to continue to live in the same circumstances over and over and over again.
Right.
Not to say that, oh, you got to jump out of that job. You need to just walk off that job right now. If you have that much faith, and if you have that much ability and understanding, and you trust in yourself enough to know, you know what, I'm the hell up out of here, because I can't even move underneath these conditions. People talking that crazy in front of me and at me and everything. But if you're vibrating so low and you're so separated, not even from yourself, because yourself is God, because God told all of us that we were gods. But that means you have separated yourself from God that's outside of you.
Right.
And you don't even have enough in you to be like, yo, I'm not going to take this too much longer. God's going to give me a plan. I'm going to have a dream. It's going to be a thought. Somebody's going to put something in my lap. Something else it's got to happen, and it's going to happen. And I'm going to make some things happen to get out of this situation. I'm going to give myself 9 months. Go ahead and have a new rebirth. Give
Mhm.
yourself a rebirth date then, and believe in it and see what happened. This is
Right.
who we are as human beings. So
You have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to get out of your comfort zone. I'm gonna say it again. You have to get out of your comfort zone. Back to what I was saying when I said all the money that we invested in ourselves. We both set up under people, our mentors. Everybody can't sit up under our mentors and learn.
oh man.
Because I've heard people listen to me, listen to my mentor, and be like, I
Mhm.
couldn't learn from her.
Mhm.
All the cussing she doing, the way she talk, how she just be talking to people any kind of way. And so I'll be like, listen here,
Mhm.
I don't care what you got to say to me. If I know where I'm going and I know you gonna get me there,
Mhm.
give it to me because I want the raw truth. I don't want nothing sugar coated. I never have. I've never given anything sugar coated. I've never given nothing but truth to my
Right.
friends. I've always been like that. So that's what I want. People have to be able to push past their comfortability.
Mhm.
It's don't be cussing up in there.
Oh yeah.
Point blank, period. And it is because people are going to be releasing stuff. People have held things in. People have held trauma.
Right.
You don't
Right.
know what's going to come out of people. It ain't no place of judgment.
Mhm.
Right.
Ooh, they
Listen.
said this.
Listen.
And
Right. Right.
Listen.
Yeah.
So, who just said this?
what?
Yolanda McKee said, "No, I'll be indignant and free." Right?
Mm-hmm.
You can read the other comments. Who said something?
Angel said, is there a difference between overnight ceremony and the weekend retreats? I'll say this. If you've never been to a ceremony, period, I'll say no. Right? On one end, I'll say no. Right? Now, if I ask Janetta that now, knowing that she's been on a weekend retreat and her knowing what happened that second night or anybody else, right? If I told
Mhm.
them to scratch that, what happened the second day out their mind, and if that was their first time coming on a retreat after it went down that first night, how did y'all wake up? Was you already vibrating high? Was you feeling like you was free?
Right.
Was you ready to take on the world then?
Yeah. You definitely feel good,
It's the
but
same. You don't
yeah.
even know what you not missing, or what you understand what I'm saying, because
Exactly.
you know what you experience and you know you free,
Yeah.
right?
For sure.
For
Yep.
sure. The only difference is you getting 2 days with the medicine versus one. That's it.
Yeah.
But one
Yeah.
ceremony
Your
is equal
breakthrough
to
happens the
25
first
years
night.
of it's equal to 25 years of therapy.
Hmm.
More, but that's how it goes. So that's what we say. One is equal to 25 years of therapy. One journey and therapy ain't got nothing on this.
No,
No.
it break
That's what
folks
I said.
off.
Therapy definitely helped me prepare, you know what I'm saying, to face and to write down and to focus. You get what I'm saying? And to acknowledge. Because the first part, you have to, I feel personally that I wouldn't tell somebody, yeah, this is what you need, just go jump right in and take this. No, because you need to know, first of all, what your issue is. How you gonna get to the resolution? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This came, it was a process for me. You know what I'm saying? I can remember when you first started doing this, when even though like I knew that I was preparing myself for something greater. I knew that I needed to be my best version of me. How was I gonna get there? I knew that because I told you I started looking at different religions. I grew up in the church. I'm like, well, maybe I should do this religion. Maybe I should practice this damn thing. No, I don't want to do this. I want more. I need more truth than this. This ain't it. So,
Yeah.
but I can remember when I was watching it, I wasn't right just gung ho initially. I was thinking, that's a lot. You mean I got to come all the way there? I ain't got that kind of money. What? I can't do this. That's what I was initially thinking the first couple of times. But after I kept talking to
Be
you and
real.
seeing the difference, I'm like, I can't put no price on this.
There
And
it
whatever it
is.
costs, it is what it is, or whatever. Hell, I'm trying to come back. I'm like, you gonna be where? I'm going again. I'm like, because I know that I still have more work to do. Am I greater? Yes, damn sure, definitely greater and better since this.
And
You
see
know,
why the people desire to come back to other ceremonies is because they see what's going on in their life and how quick it happened and how instant it happened and how the change happened quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what they're essentially doing is quantum leaping.
Mm-hmm.
They skipping shit.
Yeah,
They
definitely.
skipping.
I feel it.
Dude, how long would that have taken? How many years would that have taken in therapy for you to go
Right.
through what you went through? It's shit that came up in your journey that you ain't even remember or don't even know.
You know, it's bad when you go into therapy and your therapist need therapy. That's when I was like, okay, this ain't even. I'm in there listening to her shit, her problems. I'm leaving. I'm going because I got. I'm like, this is supposed to be about me today.
And I'm paying
I
you.
text her like, listen, I'm going to take a different path to some healing, but good luck to you. She was moving or whatever. I had to cut that. I mean, I'm not telling nobody. I'm talking from me personally. I'm like,
Yes.
okay, that's enough of that. I think I got all I can. We keep resuming with the same shit we talked about the week before. Did you write down all your stuff? Yes, I did. I did this. I did that. Okay, now I'm on to something else. I'm elevating higher. You know, but girl, get your shit together too. Is what I was thinking.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. Amanda said free. Amanda Blackman said free, free, free. Angel
Yeah.
said okay. Victoria said that's good, Janetta.
Yes.
Tanika
Thank
said
you.
no price. Victoria said that part. Amanda said Janetta, yes. Amanda Maury said right. A process. Me too. And then Yolanda said, I'm setting my intentions to be there in December.
There you go.
Angel said preparation is already starting with me.
There you go.
And
Preparation.
Saniqua said, I do what I want to do any other time. So I gotta invest in me.
There you go.
That's good.
And Ray Story said, that's what happened to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
Period.
So yeah, I had my final thoughts because I could hear my man pacing the floor. He finna burn a hole in it. He ready to eat. I miss my baby. He missed me too. He at the door. I'm like, I'm coming, baby.
I know. Plus y'all on them new vibrations too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when she hop off, and when she hop off, y'all, we're gonna stay on for a little while longer just so we can answer some questions and stuff too.
I would say this before our journey. I was not 100%. And I know that things happen. You know what I'm saying? Life is life. But we are in the state, and this is what my baby said, we're in the state of being. Before it was always like, it's got to be this way. So we got to be here by this month. And by here, you need to tell me this. And we got to be on doing this by this time. And this is the way. And you have people in your ear telling you the same thing. Well, if he ain't said this by now, well, it ain't even about all of that. It's about being. Our relationship is so much stronger. We have a soul contract together now. We have a connection. We had the connection before, but it's even that much greater now. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Yeah, I've witnessed this man transform into something so great, which I already knew was there anyway.
Right.
But it was like me trying to tell him what I saw was like me talking to the wall. Sometimes I would be like, or he'll come back and he'll get an epiphany for about 10 minutes and be like, I decided I'm going to do such and such and such and such. I'll be like, that's what I said.
Yep. I've been on that.
I've been telling you that. And then the next minute he'd be right back on, I ain't supposed to be here. I'll take up too much space. What was me shit? I'm like, babe, stop. You got to do this. And now totally, I'll be like, I'm so proud of you, honey. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
if you have any doubts, if anybody has any doubts, I am a living, walking, breathing testimony what it has done in my life. Do your work, do your preparation, and make that shit happen for yourself. My children have seen my change. They on their way to a journey. All my children already. This medicine is life-changing, life-altering. Yeah, it's the best thing ever. Since sliced bread. Vegan bread. Vegan bread, that is.
I feel you though. I really do. I feel you.
Speaking of food, Amanda said, give him some lettuce. She said, tell her.
Girl, I have recreated every meal. I done made the kale salad with the quinoa. I done made the what the fuck burger. I done made the potatoes and the sweet potatoes with the kale. Listen, I done made it all. All I got to do is get a few taste buds, and it might not be everything correctly, but as long as it tastes close enough,
That's all
and
that
we
matters.
eating better and healthier, that's all that matter.
That's it.
And it's still
Yeah.
good and flavorful. That's the thing. And you still vibrating high. Tell Jamie we said what's up.
Yes.
Yes,
And I
I
appreciate
will.
you coming on here
Thank you so much,
and
Janetta.
sharing
You're welcome.
your story
Yes.
with everybody. I really, really, really appreciate it because
Yes, absolutely. My
you
pleasure.
didn't have to.
Yeah, we thank you. And also, you know what I'm saying, thank Jamie for just being patient and allowing you to
Yeah.
share your story. We know
No
he hungry.
doubt.
We're gonna let him get to it. Let y'all do y'all
Yes.
thing. We love y'all.
Love
Jamie ain't like me because I'm gonna tell you, if Zeno on the call too long, he gonna be like, shh, I done already ate. Your plate is in there waiting on you.
Oh, for sure.
You want me to warm it up?
Oh yeah.
But other than that, I done already ate. I'm not waiting on you.
Oh, that's too funny. Well, y'all have a good night. Love y'all.
You
Yeah, you
too.
let her know
Saniqua
that.
said that's beautiful. And Angie said, thank you, Janetta. So inspirational.
You're
Ray Tootie said,
welcome.
love you, Janetta. Tell our brother
you too.
hi.
Ain't that
Y'all
I
something?
see this?
will.
Soul family.
Yeah.
Y'all see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right. No doubt.
Wow. All right, now you have a
All
good
right,
one.
Janetta, we gonna
love
stay
I
on
don't
you.
for
even
a
know how
little
to get
while.
off of here. What do I do?
Oh no, don't worry about it.
I
We
think
got you.
I think we can kick you to the curb.
Okay. All right. Bye, y'all.
All
All
right,
right, now.
love you.
Love you too.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
All right. There it is. All right. So we back at it. And this is what it is, y'all.
Can you pull that into just one screen so we can be a little larger?
I could definitely see.
We trying to well we bigger on the screen. So y'all, what do y'all think about Janetta's experience? Like, and I already know she didn't get a chance to even still tell y'all. That ain't even half of what happened.
That's only a portion of what happened, actually.
It's not even a quarter of what happened because that's just her. It was about 14 people, I think, up in there or something like that. Dude.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own perspective. Everybody had their own journey. You know what I'm saying? Yolanda said amazing. It really was. It was beyond amazing. And to hear her talk about it and to hear us explain it, y'all, it still does not do it any justice.
That's something
any
else.
justice. It don't do it any justice. If anybody, that's still in here from ceremony, they know I'm telling the truth because there's no other way to put it.
No, I can say this much though, that this is something that kind of takes the onus off of us. Not so much that we try to convince people, how impactful these journeys are that people go on, right? But it's just better hearing it from the horse's mouth. I can tell you that. We didn't put any words in her mouth. She was here to share her experience and let you know without a shadow of a doubt. She experienced something that was totally different from anything that she has ever experienced before in her life, that has now moved her in a position to where she can live. She's vibrating higher. She's on a much positive plane, more positive plane in life. And the people around her can feel that. And her mate and her are moving on one accord. Like, it is what it is, right? You can go ahead and read it. It's all good. You read it, then I'll slap it up. It's all
okay.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Angie said, freaking amazing. She got me wanting to do more work now. Well, how much more work? You talking about leading up to it? Because we about to be in Joshua Tree for 3 days.
Right. Let me say this.
This is my first 3-day retreat.
Oh, man.
That I'm doing. I normally either do overnight or weekend retreat. This is a 3-day retreat that I'm doing in Joshua Tree, and it's going to be very, 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 very special because I was only accepting 5 people for this one.
Mm-hmm. Let me say this though real quick because I need to say this. I know I just kind of hopped in,
Mm-hmm.
but it was something that Angie said, and she's like, she need to do the work, like to do more work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, um, there's a difference. There's a difference. What do I mean? There's a difference. There's a difference in doing the work, right? And then there's a difference between doing the work and then developing a relationship with the medicine. And that's what Angie, you've been doing. Yes, you're doing the work. All these other healing modalities and vehicles that you can walk into and move in, that's doing the work. Meditating, doing yoga, right? Having your breathing practice, you know, micro dosing, exercising, right? Changing your whole diet. That's a part of the work, right? Meditating, all of those things is a part of the work. But then that next level is developing a relationship with the medicine. And when you develop a relationship with the medicine, it is like Neo coming to the realization of who he was in the Matrix, and he was just able to rule and fly through the world like, I run this.
That's what it is.
So it's a difference. Trust me.
Yeah, it is.
It's a difference, right?
It is. Victoria says surreal. We are still processing. Amazing. And is the word amazing is the word we could say. Amanda said, facts. I could have left after the first night, paid, no refunds, got so much, and she got teared to Joshua Tree. Oh, Joshua Tree is waiting for me. And Angie said, yes, that part, Zeno. And see, that's where I was going with this retreat. Is really special, and this one is different also because we're only I was only accepting 5 people to this. So this is going to be really, really, really intimate. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a 3-day. It won't be 3 days with the medicine. It'll be 2 days with the medicine, but it'll be different because instead of a person going on a ceremony and being like, ooh, what the fuck happened? And staying up all night and being geeked. And then you wake up the next morning, you eating and you still geeked. And you like, oh, what happened the next? By the time you still like, oh yeah, we like, all right, time to get dressed because you ready to go back in.
Right. So
right. Versus
go ahead. Mm-hmm.
the second day being able to be like that and then be able to chill and then really be able to integrate and really be able to get off your chest and really be able to commune with the angels of the earth. And then the third day go back in ceremony.
Wow.
And then on top of that, being in Joshua Tree by it being a ley line. A ley line is where the spiritual veil is weaker and you go deeper into the spirit realm. So you talking about more work.
Yeah. Now I know that you mentioned that Joshua Tree is definitely in the works, and so when is that actually happening?
Joshua Tree is this weekend.
There you go. It's this weekend.
Yeah, Joshua Tree is this weekend.
If you guys pay attention at the bottom of the screen, you can read and see what's going on with some of the one of the newer events that's taking place right in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The month of December between the 9th and the 11th, we'll also be having another series of retreats, right?
Yeah, and yes, that link is up. You can go to the link in my bio from my Bitch I'm Vegan page, whether through Facebook or whether through Instagram, or you can DM me, or you can email me if you have the email, or you can comment below. I'll reply. I'll send you the link. This retreat will sell out fast. I have not even advertised really. I just only sent the emails to my email list. That's it. I haven't really done any kind of things on social media. Y'all didn't hear me talk too much about Joshua Tree or all of that, because I have people that's like, look, let me know when such and such or whatever, blah blah blah. It's people that's trying to come in that then see, that's the thing. They're not trying to right, but they're not trying to figure it out. They know that this is what they want and they ready.
Right.
And when you ready, you ready. You understand what I'm saying? So of course I'm gonna deal with the people that's ready. The people that's not ready, when you're not ready, then you're not ready. When you know when you're ready, you know when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired.
There
you know
it
when you're
is.
supposed to go in. You know when you're supposed to heal. You know when you're ready to glow up.
Mhm.
You know it. You supposed to know it.
Yeah. Yeah. Saniqua just threw that hand up like, look, pow.
High
Yeah.
five,
High
boom.
five on them.
And
Okay.
Amanda said true. You know what I'm saying? But do y'all
Yeah.
have any questions? Do anybody in here got any questions about anything? Is there anybody that went on any previous retreats that got anything to say about it? Or
Right.
or just is it anybody that just want to say anything about what they heard tonight?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of weighing on it. It's all good. We're here to answer some questions, and hopefully we have answers for you. And if not, we'll hunt them down. Let's stay in communication.
And only a few
Don't.
questions because we're not gonna hold y'all all night.
Yeah. It's all good. I was just gonna say though, honestly, don't be asking a million questions if you ain't even trying to do nothing. Like if you're trying to do something, then by all means, great. If you got a million questions and you just got a million questions because you want to know, guess what? There's information out there for you. It really is. You go to Netflix right now. Go to Netflix and look at some documentaries and look at some series, some episodic series, and you'll learn a lot of information about just psychedelics in general and plant medicine, and you'll be able to hear people's experiences the way that you're hearing them with us, right? Because this is what we're going to be doing now, allowing people to share their experiences for you to learn more about what this really is and to break all of this religiosity off of people because again, ceremony, right? Who said that? Yep, Amanda. Ceremony is really what it's all about. The way that it's done is done in a sacred, um, real spiritual, loving way. There's nothing dark about it. There's nothing evil about
And
it.
what she was saying is, will y'all ever be doing classes on ceremony?
Wow. So go ahead. You can
First
break
of
that
all, I
down.
already have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the answer is yes. Will I start making it open to more people? Yes, but the situation, it has to be right. It has to be right. The timing has to be right. The situation has to be right because it all has to be in perfect timing. And when it's supposed to happen is going to happen for me to be able to open it up to more people because it's very important for people to be able to get trained. Everybody can't have a shaman that's from the Amazon. Everybody can't, you know what I mean? Some people are not going to be able to have that, So of course, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, Saniqua, for answering that. Yolanda was just saying she got to get her funds up. Saniqua said it. She said it. It can be broken down into payment plans. So
it is a payment plan.
Yeah,
exactly.
It is a payment plan. So yeah, I think again you would want to go to the link.
And it's two different. It's two different tickets too. The higher ticket, of course, is the premium ticket. That's where you get your own bedroom and your own bathroom. That one is more versus you being able to come and sleep in the ceremonial space. I only have limited space on both, limited amounts of rooms that I'm going to sell, and then limited amounts of ceremonial spaces that I'm going to sell. So the ceremonial space is different, and people come sleep in a ceremonial space because they like, I don't care.
Yeah, listen,
I'm there for my healing. It is what it is. You're still gonna be in ceremony like everybody else. You're still gonna eat the same food like everybody else. The only thing, you don't have your own bed. You don't have your own bathroom.
Your own.
But what you're supposed to bring with you would be suffice enough for you to sleep on if that's what you were supposed to do.
Listen, there are people paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, much more than what we're offering this for, and they're laying on dirt,
y'all,
and they're not receiving the type of service. Just to be honest, they're not even receiving a third. I'll just put it like that. They're not even receiving a third of the attention and the customer service and the level of excellence that we move in when these ceremonies are being done. I'm just being honest. It's real raw. It's real straight to the point. It is, you come to take the medicine, and either you're laying in some dirt, or you somewhere in the forest, or you might be in a space, but I mean, outside of you going through your journey, you may have someone pop up every now and then to wave a feather over you, to make a couple of sounds, put a few fans of sacred smoke in your face, but you going through your journey. Nobody's there literally kind of like walking you through your journey. You just going through your journey.
You just going through your
It's
journey.
you and the medicine, and you figuring it out, and the medicine is talking to you, and you got caught, you wondering what's going on. So integration is like integration is on times a million.
Oh, you might get your question answered.
Right. And then when integration happens, you might get attended to then, and you're paying way more money.
And there's way more people.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody ain't getting their question answered.
Oh yeah. So
people just gonna come in with questions, and people gonna leave with questions.
Right. And they walking around like, damn.
But they still gonna walk away changed. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah. And then at the same time, you're walking away at some point like, damn, was that real? Was that not real? Was this part? Damn, was I dreaming that? Or was this actually real? Is that something? No. We're gonna sit down and explain to you what it is that you saw. We're gonna sit down and explain to you what was actually happening and what makes sense, right? Relative to your life, and you're not just walking away with a million missing pieces to the puzzle that you just encountered.
Then
okay,
we help you to be able to keep that vibration. We help you to be able to continue your healing journey.
Yes,
right, because it's very important. Then you build a community of soul family. People that you connect with, people that you can, because you can't talk to everybody about this.
So yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I'm glad you said that. So we do have that Facebook group is for the people that have actually already attended the ceremonies, right?
I have a private Facebook group.
So
it's for people that that have been on the journey or is interested in going on the journey.
Right,
that's really close to going on a journey. That way they'll be in there and they can communicate with
people that
like-minded folk that have already been on the journey or whatever. And when you're around positive people and positive energy, it emanates.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
And energy does not have time, distance, or space. It just is.
Right.
It can be through Facebook. How many times y'all say, "Oh, I got chills"? Because energy, it transfers.
Right.
You don't have to be sitting next to somebody to have, an experience or the energy, transfer.
Yeah.
But when you're in a ceremony and you're in that space and you see the energies that's exchanged in ceremony, and how sacred it is, and how beautiful it is, and how loving it is, and how peaceful it is, and how healing it is, you truly, truly, truly become soul family with these people.
Yeah. And so there's bonds that are created and established from the moment that you guys get into that environment and you start going through this thing. Listen, so it doesn't seem like we really have a lot of questions, and that's another thing. Look, someone said the love. Who said
Amanda?
That? Yep, Amanda said there's love in the room. It's not that fake stuff. It's really not. It's not none of that fake stuff where oh, you seen what she had on, girl. Oh my gosh, you see that suit too big.
She over there cussing.
Yeah, like look at her hair. Her hair need to be like all of that stuff that you probably experience in a congregational setting. No, dude.
Or it ain't going, I'ma kill him. I'ma kill him, Doc. I'ma come in there. Sharp it attack. Don't nobody give a damn. People gonna come in there with their leggings on,
right?
They jogging pants, and they gonna be comfortable.
It's not about the show.
It ain't about that.
It's not about the show. It's about you really honestly getting your healing, receiving a breakthrough, getting some answers that you had some questions about, right?
Saniqua said, you don't think about none of that crap. You really don't. Because stuff that you would care about, you really do not give a damn. If I tell y'all some of the stuff that we done seen in ceremony where people just don't give a damn
at all,
then you will understand. But until you in ceremony, you're not gonna understand it. So it's no need of me even trying to even explain that. But what you have to understand is you have to stop running away from yourself.
Yeah.
You need to start running to yourself.
Yeah.
And you need to run deep inside yourself.
Yeah, Saniqua was cracking up about it. You know what I'm saying? She laughing, but it is the truth,
And
right?
you got to go deep into those darkest shadow parts of you. And we talking about all the beauty. But what y'all don't understand is people open up themselves to different entities every single day.
Right.
By what they think, by what they watch, by what they listen to, by the environment that they're in, by who they're having sex with, by whoever.
Who they just coming in agreement with. Hey, you want to roll over here with me and do this and that and such, and you don't quite know what type of environment this person gonna bring you and pull you into. You didn't just agree and committed into a contract with this person.
And people hold things in so much, right? It's people that have been in ceremony that have held so much in that they really wanted to murder some people.
Oh yeah.
I'm just keeping it real. Multiple times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And but this is the thing. They never snapped and allowed it to come out. Right? So they're just holding it in, all that anger, all that rage. What is that doing to your arteries?
Yeah, what is it doing?
It causes plaque.
Organs.
What is it doing to your organs? What is it doing to your blood? What is it doing to your mind? Right? And so people attach themselves to that and they just feel like, oh, I'm just coming in for healing. And everybody don't always know what that means. But when those masks are removed, then you really see what the healing is about. And everything ain't always peachy keen. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all.
Oh no,
because a lot of time, every ceremony, somebody gonna see something that they don't want to see.
Yeah, and it's gonna be some shit that pop up, you know, in somebody's life that they didn't want to deal with, that was so traumatic that the subconscious mind said, "I'll take that so you can function."
Or that they don't even know or remember happened to them.
Okay. And to get that revelation in ceremony, it's like, yo, who's gonna help you walk through that? Can you imagine going through something like that? You didn't even realize that it was something that happened to you, and then you come into the revelation of something that is traumatic that happened to you, and you there by yourself. Come on, man. That's got to be a scary thing. That has to be an isolated, secluded, dark situation. But you're in the care, you're under the supervision of people that are tapped in, that have the right intentions, they're moving in love, no judgment, and we there to walk you through it. It's no amount of money, honestly, that when you really think about that, the comparison to having an experience where you can have a group of people walk you through something like that and love on you through it, love on you past it, and love on you to your healing space in that, your healing position in that. I mean, I ain't trying to be funny, but it's some stuff the laying of hands can't get rid of. It's some stuff you sowing your seed ain't gonna get rid of. Some stuff praying ain't gonna get rid of, and some stuff fasting ain't gonna get rid of. The Bible say, do praying and fasting. And guess what? Some stuff you put that together and you still got a whole mountain to deal with. So, nah, because if you don't get it from this side, guess what? Go to the system. We already know what they're gonna give you. Here, they're gonna give you this bottle, and they're gonna give you that bottle, and they're gonna give you this bottle, and you're gonna be walking around like a zombie anyway. So why not think about yourself enough to just say, like my wife said, I'm tired, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do something unthinkable. I'm gonna do something outside of the box that people would look at me crazy and be like, you finna do that? Yeah, I'm finna do that before I do something else and get my ass up out of here. Because people are doing that too. Okay. And it's people that, whether or not someone feels like nobody loves them and nobody cares, it's because they've been secluded and separate. They feel mentally that they're secluded, they're separated, they're isolated, and nobody understands the feeling of what it is that they're going through, and they're alone. That's how they can make the decision to end it. No, dude. Ain't nothing new up underneath this sun. Nothing. No thing. So guess what? If they made it, you can make it.
People think that this world is um evolving. People think that this world is expanding more into like the future.
It
right?
is.
But really, no.
On one end.
On one end, but really, no. We're
Yeah.
going back.
Yeah.
To the beginning of things.
The origin.
The origin of things. All of the things that happened before. They had helicopters and submarines and airplanes and all that as hieroglyphics in the dang on pyramids.
Yeah. The ancient Commission, I like to call them Kemetic time frame, right? Most people would debate and say Egyptian. The reality is they were Commission.
We gonna talk about all of this stuff, y'all, as we coming to a close right now. We gonna talk about, just educating y'all so that y'all can understand like how everything just came into play, period, because I feel like it's important. You know what I mean?
Yolanda said, I have something that happened to me, but my mind has blocked, I guess, the majority of it out. Guess what? The thing that's going to take care of that is you going on a spiritual journey.
And just know that even though you blocked it out, it don't mean that trauma ain't living out somewhere in your life.
Oh, man.
Don't get it twisted.
It's affecting a behavioral
you probably
pattern
already
somewhere.
realized that.
Yeah, it's affecting you in some way, shape, form. It affects all of us in some shape, form, or fashion. And we walking around wondering why things aren't really clicking or things are happening or certain things are. We're attracting certain people and certain scenarios and things are playing out over and over and over again. But here it is, y'all. What we getting ready to do is close out. Hopefully, you guys did learn something from the experience there. Our buddy,
our minds and knowledge are expanding. She said, I know, I believe it's my weight.
Okay. Well, then, not trying to be funny, but that's a much more easier thing to deal with. Everything starts here. Everything starts here. Right? And then when you get your hands on the correct information and you apply that information, that knowledge, right? You put it in here and you start moving in action in that thing, you'll see results. You'll see the change. The change is going to show up. It has no choice but to show up. So, right. We're glad that you guys enjoyed it.
Education for me.
Yes.
Angelique said, enjoy this and then be on the lookout. Because like I said, tomorrow we're going to be with Amanda and Tonka Blackman. They're going to talk a married couple. They're going to talk about their experience for this Atlanta retreat. And then we're going to be coming on live even more, still teaching y'all about some things. Last time we talked y'all about we talked about the laws of the universe, and then we went in and we talked about how signs and symbols and solar worship and all of that, ancient solar worship and all of that. We're going to talk about lunar and moon worship.
Solar,
and
all of that.
We're going to talk about a whole bunch of things, genealogies, DNA.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about all of that so that y'all can be well informed and well educated so that y'all can understand how important it is to be able to see where you going, even though it's dark.
Oh man.
Even though it's dark, and really truly not to care how you get there or even try to even come up with it. I didn't know I was gonna I ain't gonna
Amanda
say
Blackman said what is
what
well, she said, well, this is Amanda, the People's Couch Amanda. What was the assignment again from the last live? wisdom, and what? I believe it was. Oh, it was that and Helios Biblios.
Oh, that lesson. Yeah. They had to go. Yeah, they had to
Worship,
look,
not
yeah.
wisdom. It was worship.
Yeah, you had to look up worship.
Worship, not worship and praise, just worship. And Helios Biblios. See, we at the end of this now.
Yeah,
This
worship and
nother,
worship and praise.
Yeah.
Yeah, worship and praise and
and then Helios Biblios.
Biblios. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
we're gonna get into that
up.
so we can break down what that really is too. Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah.
We okay, worship. Okay,
Yeah,
she said
worship.
she running to it.
Yeah. I already know. We already know how you get down.
We appreciate y'all
Yeah,
so much
thank you
for
so
coming
much.
on here and
Yeah.
just kicking it with us.
Mhm.
And we coming back tomorrow, y'all. Look, I'm so busy. If y'all only knew.
I know.
We got to do another thing tomorrow. I gotta pack. I gotta go grocery
We're
shopping.
getting ready for the
I gotta
Joshua
get
tree.
this food. Then I gotta prep the food. Then we gotta pack up. Then we gotta go to Joshua tree. We gotta set up. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. In
Yeah.
between that, we doing interviews and lives, y'all.
Yeah, Sanika said we appreciate y'all.
And we appreciate y'all.
Yeah. All right, though. So with that being said, man, look, we love y'all, man. Stay safe, man. Stay fortunate. And you know what I'm saying? We'll see y'all when? Mañana. We'll see y'all. Hey, we'll see y'all mañana. That's what it is, man. We love y'all. All right. All right now. Peace.
Like my mama used to say. She couldn't say, well, she could, but she didn't say Osama bin Laden. No, I guess she couldn't say
Osama
it.
bin
She called him
Laden.
Osanya
Osanya bin Laden.
Osanya bin Laden.
Osanya bin Laden. Wow. We used to be cracking up too.
But what did that sounded like what you just said? Oh,
Mañana.
Oh, that just made me think about my mom when she said Osanya bin Laden.
Yeah.
This replay will be up. Make sure y'all share this with people that may not have seen it. And if we didn't reach out to you yet from to do the interview about the retreat, we will be reaching out to you soon.
Love y'all too.
It's about scheduling. We love y'all. We're gonna get all y'all scheduled so we can get everybody's experience and everybody's journey and everybody's perspective.
Yes.
Right.
All right now, y'all.